see. What is going on, gang? Can you hear me? Does audio sound good? Do we look good? How are we doing today? Sunday. Fun day. Gonna get some working. Gonna do some grinding. Let me just make sure you guys can actually hear and see everything. I'm gonna do a few checks and then we'll get started. So today's agenda is we are going to be building a branded AI store from scratch. Let me just toot you over a little bit more. Back you up. Beautiful. So yeah, we're going to be building a store from scratch. It's not going to be the whole entire thing. Obviously, that's going to be a lot for one video, but we're going to do a lot of the back-end stuff. So let me just make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Everything sounds good. How's the music sound? How's the mic sound? Can you all hear me? Let me just check. Because I know on Instagram we had some issues the other day. Okay, so Instagram, if I could get like a comment or two saying that you can hear me, that would be lovely for the live stream today. So if you guys don't already know, I'm going to be live streaming every single day for the next, most likely a few weeks as we build this new store from scratch. So yesterday we found some products, about 15 or so, and I showed you all the favorite ways that I like to find winning products, whether they be free, whether it be paid. So if I can get some comments on Instagram, that would be lovely. On YouTube as well, same thing. Can I get some? That would be lovely. Hey Ethan, is the stream going to be up later? Yes. So if you go to my YouTube channel, into the live section, all of these are saved and we have a playlist with them. Dread said, can you give me 50 bucks? How about you get a job? How about that? And all right, let's see. Ethan's stream going to be later. Okay, so let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like we are good. Beautiful. Okay, so we got some people. Appreciate you all. Gavin said I can hear you. Lovely. Thank you, Gavin. Miss you, buddy. Miss you, Lime. My slime. God, that Lime boy. Alrighty. So, if you guys don't already know, if you weren't on the first live stream, this is basically how it works. I am going to basically cover 3 to 4 different topics. These go for about 2 to 3 hours, the actual live stream. So today, what's on my agenda is we are going to cover a first mindset. That's how I start every one of these live streams. We're going to cover something that's mindset related to get you in the right mood, to get you to the right perspective of where you need to be successful. And then, of course, we'll transition to more tactical stuff as we build our store. So this is going to be a lot of the basics, how to get your logo, your name, how to get the back end all set up the way you need it to be so that we have no kinks, nothing that is going off without a hitch. So without further ado, let's get into that. I think everybody's here. Everybody's good. We're chilling. Music sounds good. Mic sounds good. Cool, 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 cool. So we'll get right into it. Awesome. Let me get my recording on and we will start the proceedings. And we're going to turn the music off for this specific part because I find it can be a little bit distracting when I'm doing more of the ranting mindset portion of these videos. At least that's what I saw from the recording yesterday. So we're going to we'll turn it back on once we actually do our stuff. So let's get into it. Appreciate you all for hopping on. Whether it be for 2 minutes or 2 hours, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so let's get into it. So this is going to be more the identity of what you need to embody in order to be successful. So I would say to get this started, let me just think of a kind of a cheesy intro because obviously for this live stream, a lot of these are going to be turned into videos as well. So just keep that in mind. All right. I do have a little bit of a script that I kind of need to remember. Just a little bit. So if I look off to the side, just know that's me doing my thing. All right. If the millionaire version of you was watching you right now from heaven and was wondering what you're doing. If the millionaire version of you was watching what you were doing right now, would they think that you're on the right path to success? Or would they think you're about 2 seconds away from LARPing as a day trading course seller just to make ends meet? Because the uncomfortable truth that a lot of you guys really don't want to hear is that you're not worthy of having a successful business yet. You obviously want the money, the freedom, the bag that you can cuddle at night because Lord knows you have no game with these Taurus on Hinge, but you haven't put in the work to become the person that's worthy to get those results. And your business is a direct reflection of you. If you are lazy, then your business will be lazy. If you are inconsistent, then your business will be inconsistent as well. And in this video, I really want to break down exactly who you need to become to deserve the success that you want. We all have high dreams and aspirations and goals for ourselves, but if we don't match that with the right action, then it's all for naught. There's really no point. Everyone can have a goal, and I can teach you all the right things to achieve that goal. I can teach you how to do product research. I can teach you how to create the right ads, how to find the right products. But if you don't become that person that is worthy of success, then you're going to self-sabotage. You're going to quit before it ever gets tough. Whenever you have some adversity, whenever there's an iceberg in your path, you're just going to turn right back. You're going to go back in that comfortable little bubble that you are always fine with. And that's why you haven't been able to change your life. So I want to really break down what you need to become, who you need to become, what are the actions you need to take, the hobbies, the daily habits, and just how you need to think about yourself in order to actually see real transformation and change in your life so that you can have a successful dropshipping e-commerce store or whatever is the business model that you choose. So just to give you a little bit of perspective with my journey with this, because I was not the picture perfect version of success, and I'm still nowhere near where I even want to be. But sure, I do have some nice things here and there. I have my house, I have the car, I have a watch, I have all things that are very materialistic that are nice to flex. But when I was first starting this journey when I was 16 years old, I was very addicted to video games. I would be playing 7-8 hours every single day. I was in private school, just coasting through life, and I really didn't have many goals or really thought about my future until I got expelled. And it was because this beautiful girl named Inez, this foreign exchange student from Spain, we had a program where we'd send kids to Spain and they would send kids down to Miami. And when I met this woman, she changed my life in more ways than one. I remember I had a ceramics class where I was next to her and she grabbed my hand and put it down her skirt, which is something I should not be telling you guys. But a lot of stuff happened with that woman. She made me a man. But unfortunately, one day during lunch, I was caught with her doing things that I should not be doing, and I was expelled. Unfortunate. But when that moment happened to me, at the time, my whole entire world crumbled. It was very traumatic. My parents disowned me. I barely was able to speak to them most days. But it made me realize, okay, I need to get my shit together because I want to be more than what this is. My life of just waking up, just existing, playing video games, going to sleep, and then repeat. I wanted more for my life after this moment happened. And I knew the only way for this to happen, for me to get the results that I wanted, the results of being a successful entrepreneur, was that I needed to find a way to make money online. So I watched all these videos about dropshipping. I watched the courses. I had a few mentors here and there, but I did keep failing. And I really didn't know why that was happening until I really did some self-analysis and saw that it was because I wanted these things, which is the easy part, but I wasn't willing to sacrifice. And that's the big lesson I really want to teach you in this video. If you want to get the reward, you need to sacrifice. And that can look to people in a lot of different ways. So for instance, I had to first transform and kill that old version of myself that was addicted to a lot of different things. And we'll get into all those vices, but before we do, I think one of the best lessons I can teach you, and I know I'm kind of going all over the place, I apologize, is that the people that truly make money in any business model, whether it be e-commerce, whether it be Forex, whatever it is, they do not chase money. They attract it. A lot like if you want to have a butterfly, you don't go chasing like your SpongeBob with your little fishing net going for that jellyfish. No, you build a beautiful garden. You attract the butterflies to you. And that's exactly how you become successful as well. So the first kind of experiment or thought experiment that I want you to think about as we go through this challenge is, what is the gap between the current you and the millionaire version of yourself? What is the millionaire version of yourself doing that you're not? And that usually requires you to audit your time, to understand that in order for me to succeed, I need to have addition by subtraction. And if you audit your time, you are going to be able to clearly see where you're fucking up. And if you ask yourself, would the 100K a month version of myself be doing this? And the answer is no. Then every time you do that activity, that is holding you back. That is not getting you towards success. That is clearly not the most optimal chess move that is next for you. Then you're just reaffirming the identity that you want to be stuck in the same place where you're already comfortable. Which I can guarantee if you're watching these videos, if you're on these streams, that is not you. Now, I know for me, when I was doing this audit process, when I was 17, 18 years old, and I wanted to be successful, and I locked myself in my room, and I really boiled it down to what is holding me back, there were a few things. I was doom scrolling on Instagram, on TikTok. I don't even own these apps unless it is for business. I do not have a personal Instagram account. I do not have a personal TikTok. I solely will post content, and that is it. But when I was first starting, literally 2 to 3 hours a day. I would look at my friends' stories of them in Mexico and all this stuff. And I realized, I don't really talk to these people. Like, why do I care what they're doing? Genuinely. I don't think we're meant as a society to know what people are doing at every moment of the day. I think that's just too overstimulating. It's just not that important. Because if you do see them in real life, then, there's a surprise. You don't know what they've been up to, so you can actually be curious. So for me, it's just like, why do you care so much what other people are doing? And if you are going to be that person, then just realize it's going to be very difficult for you to succeed, because typically the ones that make the most money in the entrepreneurial space are the ones that create and not consume. So doom scrolling was one of those things, and the other was obviously video games. So for me, the way I beat that really, really bad habit was that I just couldn't have it around. I gave my PS5 to my best friend. I told him, take it. You can have it. It's completely free. I just don't want it because I know if I don't give myself friction, if I don't literally physically remove the distraction, I don't have the self-control. I am self-aware enough to know and admit that. So I gave that away, and that first week was tough. I'm not going to lie. It's like a cocaine addict or fentanyl addict, and you don't have that high, that rush anymore. And that first few days, you're scratching yourself and you're clawing, thinking, God, I could do anything. I would suck anyone's peener just to get a taste of it. I know I'm going off the rails, but it does suck. It's not fun, but you do learn really after about a week that, I have a life without it. I can live without it. So it is one of those things where I personally recommend when you have your vices and you actually write them down, go cold turkey. I would not do a moderation approach. I just know for me that has never worked. I always will, if I play for 30 minutes, that's fine. And then you play for 30 minutes and then it's an hour, it's 2 hours, it's 5 hours, and then it's the entire night. So I couldn't do that. Same thing for me with dating apps. I was very addicted to dating apps. That is one of my biggest vices even recently. But I've been off them for the last about 6 months because I know once I go down that rabbit hole, it's like that rabbit that points to that clock from Alice in Wonderland. All roads lead to Rome. They really do. Where it's such an endless waste of time. It really is. Plus, the girls in there are just so weird and autistic. If there's a hot girl on a dating app, they don't need dating apps. There's something clearly wrong. Like, check the warranty. They might have been made in China. The quality's no good. So I wouldn't even recommend dating apps in the first place. If you're a true Chad, you want to get your just Giselle 10 out of 10 supermodel, you ain't going to find them there. Or if you do, there's going to be something. Listen to her, therapist. Golly. Then the other things for me, and I don't want to just go on a long rant, but watching sports, gambling, all this stuff. When I'm successful, when I'm in a mode where I'm relaxing a bit more, sure, do I do these things in moderation? Of course. But when you're in a building mode like you are right now, where you are trying to get that momentum, you are trying to get an object in motion, you need to remove all the distractions. You need to get all these things out of your way so you have the best chance of being successful. So I always recommend audit your time, be brutally honest on what you need to sacrifice, because for everyone, it's different. It's only up to you when you really audit and look at your screen time, look at your hobbies, look at who you're spending your time with, and what is progressing you versus what is not. So, when we get back to a few other things. For instance, I kind of realized with all these vices, like when you do go through this process and you do remove these negatives, then obviously you open up a lot of time in your calendar and your schedule. So once we do clear out the noise, what should we add? What are the positive things that we can do now that we remove the negatives? And for me, one of the most powerful things was having a vision board. And I know it sounds super woo-woo, girly, spiritual. Are you an Aries? Are you a Capricorn? No, I'm a Cancer. I literally have testicular cancer. But it does help. When you have that visual aid, and at first I thought it was super woo-woo, but I had this vision board that I made. It's super easy. You go in Canva, you put some images together, and I would be specific. Have specific financial goals, like making 10 grand a month, 50 grand a month, whatever it is. Have a specific number, because just making money, just having a picture of luxury doesn't really register in your brain. But I had a specific number. I had a bank account, and I photoshopped, this is how much I wanted. When I looked at my YouTube, this was a specific number that I would Photoshop of how many subscribers I wanted. When I was thinking about what lifestyle that I also wanted as well, I had a specific picture of me at a Chelsea game. I had pictures of me in my dream house on the water. Guess what happened a year later? I buy my dream house on the water. I see Chelsea play. I had a picture of what my physique I wanted it to look like. I was 165 pounds last year. I'm 190 pounds soaking wet, rock hard, just a big ball of muscle. Because I looked at that vision board, I saw what I wanted, and it reminded me every single day of this is the identity that I want to be. This is who I am. And when you look at these specific goals every single morning, I literally put it on the wall, I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm sitting at my desk for 10, 12 hours, working, grinding, focusing on what I need to do. So I really think it is so important to have this visual aid. Make it your phone wallpaper if you need to, whatever it is, so that you can transform from your current thoughts, which are more likely passive, where you're not really actively thinking about your dreams and your goals all the time. It's most likely when you get some sort of stimulation from a YouTube video, from an Instagram post. But if you're constantly looking and being reminded, then you're going to avoid those distractions. You're going to avoid those things that you know are holding you back, and you're going to take those right steps. So identity is a big part about this. Now, a few other more practical things you can do before we get into the more tactical stuff in this lesson and this challenge. This is day 4, if you don't already know, is that when you are trying to optimize your time as an entrepreneur, and that is a big part of this puzzle, how should you do your morning routine? How should you structure your day? Well, for me, what I've always found best, and this is backed by just so many programs I've been in, and there are people that are much smarter that are really anal about their morning routines. Pretty much across the board, what is considered the best routine. I believe Craig Ballantyne, I learned from him. He basically quoted that the best thing you can do is as soon as you wake up, the night before, you already written down the things you want to do, and that the first thing you do when you wake up is do some work immediately. Splash some water in your face, drink some water, get some electrolytes, get some sun, and then just go to work. Don't eat anything. Just go straight to work. It could be a 10-minute task. It could be a 15-minute task. It could be something that just gets you in that mode. That is the best, most optimal thing you can do. Is it hard? Is it hard to wake up and not just, oh, okay, I turn off my alarm, but now I'm on my phone. My phone's in my hand. Now I got to go doom scroll. Now I got to go do a little bit of gooning, put on my VR headset, because that's the only way I can imagine what the sensation and pleasure of what it's like to be with a woman is. You can go down that rabbit hole pretty quickly. So for me, I've been doing that, and that's personally served me the best, where I do the work as soon as I wake up. And usually I'll work for, it's nothing crazy, like 20 or 30 minutes. Then I make my breakfast. I got my apple because my cholesterol is too high. My doctor said you're going to die in like 3 years if you don't lower it, and you have a long family history of this. So I eat my apple a day, nom nom, and then go back to work. And then, as I discussed the night before, you should have a list of ideas of things that you should be working on. So I first do what is called a brain dump. So I just write out, here's 5 to 10 different things that I can work on. And then I prioritize and label what are the things that would move the needle the most. Because as a successful entrepreneur, you need to focus on the highest leverage tasks. Now, if you're a dropshipper, what are those highest leverage tasks? It is specifically finding products, building product pages, creating ads, media buying. It's those 4 pillars. If you are doing anything in your dropshipping store that is not one of these 4 things, you are wasting your time. Outsource it. Customer service, obviously you need to learn how to do it. You need to set up the systems. You need to have the email templates in place. But once you do that, hire someone. Order fulfillment, you should have a supplier that's directly connected to your store that's handling your orders, and then they send you an invoice every few days, every week, whatever it is. You figure out that cadence with them. But those are things that need to be outsourced so that you're only focused on the highest leverage tasks. And when you're really dialed in, you have your team, then it's really just about ads. Like, you should not be the one doing product research at a certain point. You should not be the one building product pages, because you can hire website designers, you can hire product page VAs, all these on Upwork. And we'll talk about how to do that in future videos. And I'll give you the exact job posts. Like, I will spoon feed this to you. But you need to be really, really sacred with your time. You need to value your time, because right now you don't. If you did, you would be successful by now. But because you don't, and most likely because you only work a few hours a day, because if we're really being honest, everyone says they work 12 hours a day, they really work 2. I have been around so many high-performing entrepreneurs. I have never really seen anyone in person work more than 3 hours in a day, like on actual needle-moving tasks. It just doesn't really happen. So, knowing that that is most likely you as well, if I only have 2 hours, what is the one thing that I can get done that moves the needle the most? And as a dropshipper, like I said, it's one of those 4 buckets. It's either finding products, creating those product pages, media buying, or creating ads. And I can guarantee if that's the only thing you get done, that's still progress. You're still moving forward. And these things that you need to avoid, we already talked about it, but color coding your calendar, organizing your Notion, watching YouTube videos, doing all that stuff, it is not going to be the needle moving task. If you have the information, you have the strategies, if you have the blueprint, that is not going to do any difference for you. It's putting in the action. The action is going to be the only thing that helps you progress and develop your skills to the point where you can make a product order. Now, the final thing you can do and this has been very, very instrumental for me. I have a Google Calendar where I will specifically list out different time blocks of what I need to do. So from 8 to 10, here's what I need to do. From 10 to 12, here's what I need to do. So for me personally, like, here's how my schedule works. I go to bed around 10, 10:30. I wake up around 6, 6:30. So from 7 to 9, that's my first 2-hour block. I have, okay, here's the one thing I want to get done. From 9 to 11, again, here's what I want to get done. The World Trade Center just got hit, 9/11. From 11 to 12, another task. And then 12 to 1:30, that's my lunch break. 1:30 to 4:30, I'm doing these streams now. But I have time blocks where you have your specific tasks that you need to get done. And it also gives you that added layer of urgency, because if you don't give yourself a time block, if you just say, okay, I'm going to write it down, but I don't say this is specifically when I'm going to get that task done, then you're most likely just not even going to get started on it. Or if you do get started on it, it takes way too long because you didn't say, okay, I only have an hour to work on this. So therefore, let me really lock in. So there's little things that you can do to be more productive with your time, get the most out of it, because realistically, like we said, you're probably only working really 2 to 3 hours. So my homework for you in this video is I want you to figure out what are your vices. What are those things that are holding you back? And I want you to eliminate at least one of those things. Just this week. Try it out. See what happens. The other thing I want you to do is definitely create a vision board. It's the new year, guys. I know it's woo-woo. I know it's gay. I know your girlfriend is probably going to break up with you, but that's a good thing. Who needs women when we have money to make? Money, 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 money. And I would say with that vision board, be very specific on how much money you want to make, what your lifestyle is going to be, what you want to look outside of your money. So how do you want to look physically? How do you want to feel? How do you want to be perceived spiritually? What do you want that journey to be like? Where do you want to travel? What do you want your relationships to look like with your family? Or yeah, you can fantasize and vision board about having a woman, but don't have a woman. You don't need a woman in real life. Until you're successful, let's be honest. All of you guys should castrate yourselves until you're making at least like 50 to 100 grand a month. There is no point in you to ever be using your penis for anything except putting balls deep in your business. Come inside your business, not into women, if you want to be successful. But I know I'm going all over the place. Just essentially audit your time. I would recommend creating a vision board on Canva. You can also buy it for like $80 and you can actually have a physical thing, which I personally love. I think that's great. And then ask yourself every morning, would the 100K version of myself, the 100K a month version of myself, be doing the things that I'm doing right now? Would they be gooning at 7 in the morning to a Sophie Rain video? Probably not. I'm no genius. And if you do those 3 things this week, then I can guarantee you we're going to get one step closer to becoming the person that is deserving of making money. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this, because we are dropping a new video every single day to get you one step closer to getting your first winning product. Alrighty, beautiful. Guys, let's build a store. Who's ready to build a store? I know we had to do a little mindset stuff. Is what it is what it is. I'm feeling good today. Sunday, fun day. Nobody's working today. Everybody's watching NFL football. Who gives a fuck? It's time to grind. Time to put in that work. Let me see how you guys are doing real quick. Let me get on my just chatting screen because I'm a streamer now. And look at me. I got my little animations. I can change things around. Woo! Woo! Oh, I got to change these images. We're on day 2. We're not day 1 anymore. I am outdated. Is this pre-recorded? No, nothing is pre-recorded. This is me ranting to you guys. Bye now. I'll watch later. Got something to do. All right, pal. Have fun being broke. Punny said, read the chat. How much do I need to start dropshipping for real? Realistically, a few grand. I mean, with this series, I'm probably going to limit my budget to about 5 to 10 G's. Just so that we don't go off the rails and that, yeah, we can show you guys how to make it and be successful with that. So I always recommend at least a few grand. 3 to 5 is a good start for sure. On Instagram, how we doing? Instagram, we got 4 people. I don't really give a shit. I appreciate all 4 of you that are on here. Hope you're doing well. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in there. And I got you, boys. Cool beans. I need to update these images because day 1 is not day 1. Today is day 2. I need to grab these Photoshop files real quick. In the meantime, feel free to ask any questions before we start building our store. Rare. Oh, I did that already. Don't be Silly Photoshop. I've already bought you many of times. I hate how annoying Adobe Photoshop can be. All right, let's go to our little screen record. Let me know if you guys can see my screen real quick. We are going to be doing, I need access to my Photoshop because we need to update. It's crazy that when I film these videos, I sweat so much. Like my abs just feel like I went through a sauna. I don't know why. Install? No, I don't need to install. Just let me access it. Let me do the desktop version. Okay. Where are the PSD files? Where are the Epstein files? Oh, huzzah. There they are. La-dee-da. I love that I talk in a way that is at least proficient enough for you to imagine that this is pre-recorded. I appreciate you guys. That was quite the compliment. So we need to hide this layer. This needs to be not day 47. This needs to be day 2. Let me edit the text. Let me edit it! I'm gonna lose my mind. I need to zoom in. How do I zoom in? I am such a grandpa. It's like shift, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Alt. Beautiful. We need day 2. Beautiful. Our revenue is not $1,000, unfortunately. It is 0. We haven't launched yet. And then you, ad spend, hardly ever. I've never heard of her. Okay, let me. All right, Photoshop. Let's stop goofing around here. Let's stop goofing. And then you. Why? I'm clearly not clicking on that, and yet it's being stupid. You know what? Why is the arrow like that? There we go. I figured it out. You have to distract it. You have to like click on something else so it doesn't know you're going to click on it. It has to be spooked first. That makes sense. That just makes so much sense. Same thing. I'm going to do it again. Move you. I want you to line up. That looks pretty lined up to me. Looks pretty lined up to me. Okay, it's not perfect by any means. Let's just move this. Beautiful. Beautiful. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'm going to answer a few of your guys' questions in the meantime for the people that are watching live. I appreciate all of you. We are going to download this just real quickie dicky. Beautiful. Changes may not be saved. We'll save them then. Dummy. Whatever. Okay, we need to get the other document. Okay, let's get the other one, and then we'll get started with things. I appreciate all of you. Let me just see how we doing. How we doing in the comments? At a few people. We can see your screen. Beautiful. Is Atlas AI a scam? No, it is not. It's just not my preference for how I build my product pages. I think there is a lot of great use cases for AI with your product page, like writing your copy, like creating your images, even helping you with structuring your offer. But in terms of layouts, I mean, I personally just use Shrine Pro, and then I use section.store, which helps a lot with customizing it and making it look branded. The value in the stream is great. Thank you, Pookie. No worries, Pookster. All my Pookies here. Why not have it automatic instead of using Photoshop? I don't know how to make it automatic. Ethan, how much do you usually spend on your ads for your other pages? It depends on like how far I've already scaled with it. So in that case, like with brands doing over 100 grand a month, usually it's about half of it, half to a third. That's how much I'm spending. So you do the math. So like one brand's doing 120 grand a month right now. So it's around 50 to 60. Kind of depends on how much we've already scaled it with. The fact Gucci exists makes me think convincing the customer your product is valuable matters more than if your product is actually valuable. Yes, you are correct. It's all about value perception. How do you get people to perceive the value of your product being greater than the price you charge? But I mean, the example of Gucci is more building a brand. They built a brand and the perception of it by aligning with, certain ways they choose their models, the way that they present their offers, their website, everything, their whole branding approach. Like that's heritage. That's like a long-term approach. What kind of question is that, bruv? I'm just curious. No, you're good. How do you get back to your to-do list when you get distracted by some Latino while scrolling looking for products? That's a great question, Marco. That's the real great question. What I do is I imagine an entire life with her where we have 3 children and we're living on the coast of Santorini. And after our 3 children make it all D1 and they've left the nest and we're empty nesters, we grow old together, we paint each other, and I become an old Italian couple who's wrinkled and they hold hands at the beach, and I have one of those giant bloated whale guts, just like a giant gut. And then once that fantasy is done, I snap back into reality and I realize I have to go grind so that I can make that reality, or make that dream a reality. That's usually my process. Will this video be saved to your watch later? This will be in my playlist. So we have a playlist on my YouTube called 0 to 100K Challenge Live, and it automatically gets saved in there. Are product hunters like the one at AutoDS or Monet any good? No, they're dog shit. Wouldn't recommend them. No one actually uses that. The only reason why people ever use that is because people on YouTube promote them because they get the bag to do so. Like AutoDS, I'll be honest, guys, they pay the bag. They do. I don't work with them just because I don't actually use the software at all, and I think it's dog shit. Everything about AutoDS is dog shit. But boy, oh boy, do they pay a lot of schmeckles. For instance, when I had like 15,000 subscribers, they sponsored me. They would pay me $5,000 for a video. $5,000. For reference, I think the average affiliate, like sponsorship deal I would get was like 1,000. So they pay like 5 times more than everybody else. So imagine how much they pay, whoever, AC Hampton, Ecom King. I don't know who partners with them anymore. But they pay them a good amount of money to promote them. But no one actually uses that shit. Not good. Okay. All right, let me do the other one, and we'll get started today. We have some work to do, fellers. We got a lot of work to do. We got to build a whole brand that doesn't even exist from scratch in 2 hours. Because Ethan is hungry and has not had lunch today, and I'm a growing boy. And if I don't get to 200 pounds in the next 2 months, I'm going to do unspeakable things to some orphan child. You don't even want to know. I think we just have to hide it. There we go. Figured it out. I am a Photoshop master. You can tell that I don't really personally edit any of the stuff I do. My thumbnails, my images. This is not my forte. I have no creative bone in my body. All right, beautiful. We got that. Okay, let me update the stream real quick. We need to update this. Downloads. Daily P&L ticker. Progress bar. Where's the one I just saved? Oh, wait. No, it would be this one. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful announcement bar that I've ever seen. Properties. Progress bar. Where's the new progress bar? There she is. Day 2. I am a G. I'm a genius. Look at me. I figured it out. Awesome. All right. Who's ready? Who wants to get started today? Who's ready? Let me get some ones. We're about to build a store. We found about 10 to 15 products yesterday that were really solid. We're getting quotes right now. And once I get quotes, we'll talk about those in a bit. But we need to come up with a general AI branded store blueprint. Make it all good. My stream's a little lagged. I just want to make sure we're good. We're chilling. Instagram not popping. Instagram is not popping right now. Tough. Alrighty, we got some ones, we got some twos. Let's do it. All right, let's get cooking, boys. So, let me get my recording going on for that. Get some water real quick. What day is this of the challenge? This would be day 6. Okay, beautiful. Let's do it. So I need to cut to my face cam just for this intro part. And we'll get cooking. Did we get the recording on? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. What's going on, kitten? Today is day 6 of the 0 to 100K challenge, and this is the foundation. We are going to be building down our store, all the pages, the menus, all the little things that once we have this in place, we never have to worry about again. And it's really the nitty gritty, dirty work that nobody wants to do. But like I said it, you forget it, you never got to worry about it. So what we're going to first do is pick a name for our general store. We're going to get our logo done. We're going to get all the fancy work of the pages. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now, when it comes to my names, I personally like to use a ChatGPT prompt to keep it real simple with things. So usually if we go and we will search through my chats here, I will do brand name suggestions, and then there's a specific prompt. It wouldn't be this one right here, but yes, I need a 1-word branded name for a general e-commerce store. So usually I use Bleem, Felka, and Bremora as the reference. So let's create a new chat. We're going to drop this one in here, and let's just see what it comes up with naturally. And once we do get a name, I typically like to hop onto Canva, or you can go to defont.com, and then you can type in the name that you get and just see how it looks. Because really all you need for your logo is just a simple typed out version of it, and usually in a serif font, and you'd be solid. So we're gonna go over here to serif, and let's just first see, what does ChatGPT come up with? So we got Norvi, Reval, not bad. Norvi's not bad. Avira, I like the sound of Avira, I do. So usually for me to be able to know if a name is available, if it's not, is if you go into a Shopify store, and obviously I know we haven't created one right now, but you can go to GoDaddy and also do this process as well, where you just go to the domain section, and then as you can see here, as you buy a new domain, we'll go give it a second to load. That's where we'll cut in the video. All right, let's see. So usually what I'm looking for is having that .com available, which, yeah, there is another brand. So let me just look this up real quick because I don't want to make sure anything's copyright. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this is not even a real e-commerce brand. All right, it's just some fucking lawyers. All right, whatever. Let's do a quick up. So as we can see, the .com is not available. So typically with these types of names, what you can do is just do a simple little prefix like my Avira, the Afira, or Avira store, something along those lines, and then you can get that .com available. So let's just see real quick, is that an option? And damn, someone beat me. Fuck, that's annoying. All right, so we can do my Avira, the Avira. There's a few prefixes you can do. What would be the best one? We could do Avira.store. I could do that. Official. Let's just see. Avira.store. Yeah, I don't really want to do Avira.store. What were the options for just Avira? I'm curious. Also, can you guys see my screen? Let me just make sure. Yeah, you guys can. Okay, beautiful. I just think Avira might not be the name, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just taken. So unfortunately, the .com is taken. So I'm not going to go with Avira, but let's just take a look at any other names. So we got Lunex, Valora, Revora, a few very similar sounding names. So let's just pick one and we'll see which one we stick with. Let's see. Out of this list, Navora's not bad. Kind of like this, Mivra. Sounds like an avatar yes name. Let's see. Of course it's taken. But that doesn't mean... Let's do my... All right. Beautiful. So we got mymivra.com. So that's the domain that I'm personally going to buy. And yes, I like to do it in the Shopify section. So if you go to the settings, go to domains, you can just buy it and then it just automatically connect. So that's typically the easiest way you're going to do that. And then as we can see here, let's go to default. And then we need to grab, I have a file with logos. I believe it's this one. No, it is not. Silly me. Tricks are for kids. Where is my logo file? Where is it? You stupid bastard. Where is it? No. Riddle me this, Batman. What's long, hard, and has cum in the middle? A penis. No. The answer is cucumber. All right, what is this font? Neothic? Okay, we could do that. Could do that. Ooh, kind of. And honestly, this font looks pretty sexy. So I'm going to download this and then we're going to hop onto Canva. So typically you need two versions of your logo. You need this hot dog style that looks the best on mobile and desktop for the above the fold section. And then I usually like to also have a square version. So let's hop on here. And if you are wondering what other fonts I do like this horizontal bold, or wait, no, horizon bold, my bad. Actually, this would be my list. And if you're wondering some other fonts that I do personally like when I use the Canva fonts, you can see here. Actually, no, this is from Defont. I'm tripping. So some other fonts I do like are Neothic Regular. And I would just take a screenshot, honestly, of this list of fonts because these are all really solid. But we're just going to move on over our Mivra here, and we're going to see how it looks. Actually, let me do that part one more time because we actually have to upload the font. I'm stupid. So here's just a list of the different custom fonts. So here's a list of the different custom fonts that I got from defont.com. So to upload it, it's really simple. You just click upload a font, and then typically when you go to defont, you just download that, and then we'll see here the file, which is what was the file name? Sorry, it was Avagia 1zip. Okay, let me just type that in real quick. Where did you download, sir? Or is it because it's a zip file? I think it's because it's a zip file. I have to unzip it. Yeah, that's why. Silly me. I done goofed up. There she is. Italic. I think we just wanted the regular version. I gotta see how that looks. And her name was Mivra. God, I already forgot. The Alzheimer's is kicking in. Yeah, Mivra. Okay. Is that the same one? That's probably a different version. Let's upload a few other versions. Is there a version where it doesn't capitalize? No, that's just automatically capitalized. Okay, we need to get... Let's see if the italicized version doesn't do that. Where the hell is it? What the hell is going on? Come on, Mibra. Don't do this to me. I like the way it looks too. It looks nice. Where's this one? Why the... Okay, which version? I apologize, guys. I'm kind of retarded. This is just the annoying part of building where things can sometimes just not work. That was the one I just uploaded, but it didn't show up. Try it one more time. Well, could you show me where it is? Because, pal, like, you're not even letting me do the lowercase version, and it doesn't even let me italicize, so clearly that would indicate that you have not uploaded it. We may have to choose a different font, boys. That is actually annoying the shit out of me. Okay, yeah, it's not on uppercase anymore. I mean, how does it look just as is? Dog shit. Hey, yeah, that looks. All right, we're gonna choose a different one. That one looks good. So stupid. I'll probably change it after, but I don't know why the thing is being so dumb. That's technology for you. Ooh, I like that A. That's a sexy A. Let's upload that. Oh, wait, we have to do the zip file thing. Unzip her panties. All right, baby girl. We need to unzip. Soligant. Very elegant name. Okay. Come to Papa. Please be the right version. Oh, there it is. Why is that not an option to lowercase? Oh, there we go. Now we can. Isn't that a quinky dink? Could I have done that with the other one? Doesn't look as good now. Let's try it again. Let's do a duplicated version. We're spending way too much on just a simple logo. Way too much time. Okay, come on. Let's see. Which one was it? Definitely not that mess. What was the name? I'm telling you guys. Any day now I'm going to get diagnosed. What the fuck is that text? Because the name was what? It was Soligant. Where's Soligant? I mean, that is between Stretch and Sergio. So yeah, I guess that is Soligant. Ooh, that is sexy. Can we thicken it up a little? Can we give her a BBL? Just a little bit of thickness. I guess we could just try to make it a little bit bigger. It's not bad. I like that look. That's a classy look. All right, so we got our name, got our logo. It's a few steps. And did we get a transparent version? Let me just double check. No, we need to get transparent. Okay. Logo name and domain. Beautiful. All right, so let me just film that for the video. So real quick, let's just do that font part again because I kind of messed it up a million times. So as you can see in Canva, we have a 200 height by 800 width file here. So we got our text, we have our custom uploaded font, and you can just upload a font in this section right here. So anything from the font, you can make sure to unzip it and then you add it. And then when you download, make sure you get a transparent background file so that it blends into whatever color that you choose for your Shopify store. But now, our next step, the actual start of building our business. If you go into the link of any one of my videos in the description, so you can get 3 months of Shopify for $1, not too shabby. So if you're balling on a budget, all we got to do, just fill in the steps, and now we're going to add in our pages and all the important details. Beautiful. So let's do that real quick. We'll do my Ethan and bold MDA1. Just got our logo cooking. Yeah, we'll Logan. They're huge. And then let's see code. I pressed a different fucking thing. My bad. 107. You can tell I'm not very technically proficient. I'm more a word guy, not a tech guy. All right, let me swap to my face cam here because As much as I'd love you guys to have my credit card information so you all could just feel what it's like to have motion, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a little tough. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, we're on our face cam. Beautiful. Ami X. In. I also just got to put in my address and all that jazz. Bruh. It's actually wanting me to do PayPal instead, which is so stupid. All right. Beautiful. So we'll try the basic plan. Put in all my details. Let me just put in a fake address for now because I don't want any of you guys raping me coming to my house. We're going to skip the survey. All right, let me go back. Let me see. Can you guys see my screen? Hopefully you should see it now. Chilling. We good? Make the logo spacing a little bit. We could. We could a little bit later. I'll play around. It's just not that big of a deal. All right, so going to these questions, you don't need to answer them. Do not waste your time with this survey. And now that we are into our dashboard, la-di-da, the first thing that I personally like to do is just get all our pages and policies because these are mandatory. If you don't have them, then you can't actually run ads from Meta and TikTok. They do make sure to check this information. So make sure that you actually have these. So if we go to our policies page real quick here, and then we're going to make sure we automatically generate these and then add it to the pages section. So return refund policy. Let's just get a template going on. So privacy policy. We already have one generated. Beautiful. Let me create a new tab for that. I just forgot the music's not been going. We need some music. I also recognize I probably have to change my phone number because all you guys saw my phone number. If you guys text me, I will destroy you. All right, privacy policy. So we got that. In terms of service, let's get a template going. Shipping policy, contact information. We don't really need that. Okay, bootyful. So going to our pages tab under online store, we can see we do have some example pages. The contact us, they already have a templated form. So typically you click on view and it already has that. So we don't really have to make too many edits to this page. If you want to just change the title to contact us, go for it. But typically from here, what we need to do is go back to our policies and then just copy all of this, create its own individual page. So we're going to go add page, and it's a little monotonous. I know it's boring, but this is the stuff you need to do before you actually launch ads. So we're going to do privacy policy, visible. Obviously, we'll have to change the templates because it's going to have a insert return address. Like you see these little things in parentheses that you have to fill out. But just for the sake of this tutorial, we'll do that off camera. Just for efficiency's sake. Return and refund policy. I actually do believe I have a custom page for refund policy. Yeah, I do. It would be this. I keep it real short and simple. And obviously, this is going to be dependent on what you actually do on your website. I typically do 30-day. It's up to you. Some people do 60. Some people do 90. Bootyful. Make that visible. Make that visible, baby girl. You ain't hiding. terms of service, I just keep the standard template. I don't really do anything fancy with it. Okay. Saved, beautiful. This should not be hidden. We do not need you to be hidden. You need to be visible to the world. And we'll update the domain in a bit. We have a shipping info page too, which we need to add. Also, for whoever's editing this video, I will talk when we're done with the pages, and that can be the next cutaway. But for now, we have to actually create the pages, so it's gonna be a little monotonous for a series. And I will give away these pages too, just for anyone who's building a new store, just so you have them. So we got return privacy. Let me see. Are we missing anything? Cancel order policy. Yes, we do need a cancel order policy. Lovely, lovely. She is looking nice and pretty. Where's the shipping info page? Yeah, this is not visible. We need to make that visible. Anything else we're missing? Cancel order. We got to contact us. Shipping info. Track your order. Definitely need to track your order page. I believe they already have like a track your order style page. Don't they have a template on that? No, they don't. All right, so we'll just do the code way. Track your order. If anyone wants that code, let me know. Basically just has an automatic embed in there. Is there anything else? No, we're good. Okay, so just for the video on this, let's come back. All right. So these are all the pages that I personally like to have. So obviously we're going to have the usual return, refund policy, terms of service, but the ones that I personally like to add as well is a cancel order policy. So anyone that reaches out within 30 minutes of their order, I will cancel and refund their order if for whatever reason they don't want it, because you don't want to deal with the chargeback. And then I also like to have my own custom track your order page. So in order to do this, you need to have custom codes. So you click on show HTML, you paste this big brick of code, which I will link down below in the description. You're welcome. So you can have that for free. And basically how it previews is that whenever someone gets their tracking number, they just put it in here and then they are sent to 11 track where they can see where their order is. Beautiful. So yeah, let me know if you guys want that. I'll just put it in the comments. Oh wait, no, it's too fucking long. All right. Let me put the link to this page so you guys can, if you need it. Obviously, I know it's a little bit more basic. Now, the last thing is we just make sure these pages are actually showing up. Cool, 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 cool. I think that's all the pages. So now we need to do our menus. I remember they added menus in such a weird place now. It's like I have to edit the theme and then find menus through there. There used to be an option where you could just have menus in the online store. It was one of the drop downs, but for whatever reason, they don't want to allow that anymore, which is stupid. I don't know how I can even access it. Even I've been doing this for like 8 years. It's so stupid. Okay, so we'll just do it for a second. Now, hopping onto online store, then themes, let's click edit theme, because really the only way you can edit your menus is you have to do it in this kind of roundabout way. I don't know why Shopify makes it so freaking difficult, but as you can see right here in the footer, we can add a section, and then specifically we want to do policies and links, and then we can see right here. Let's click on that, and then we want to, usually it should generate. Why the fuck do we have this AI shit? Where's the fucking thing? There she is. We want to have a link to our menus. Copyright. Who gives a fuck about copyright? Bro, where's the menu block? That is so stupid. Okay, you guys might have to give me a moment here. They make it so freaking difficult to find the there it is. Okay. So dumb, but and then like this is the way I usually go through. Okay, so we'll do that for the sake of the tutorial. I'm going to have to go back and retrace my steps. I apologize, people, just for the sake of the tutorial. I need to look like I'm smart and actually know how to do stuff, even though sometimes it does take me, obviously, a little bit of time. Now, in order to edit our menus, what I personally like to do is just go to Edit Theme. And then as you can see right here, when you go to add a section in your footer, you specifically want to find the menu section, which I know is a little bit of a kind of, where the fuck was it? Where the fuck is it? So we're in the footer. Where the fuck? Okay. So if you click Edit Theme, we can go inside and add a menu. So we can see right here, Add Block. And then we want to go down to Menu. And this is usually where I find the tab to actually edit, because you can see on the right side of our screen now, you click on Main Menu, click on Edit, and that's where you can find it. I don't know why Shopify makes it so freaking difficult. It's a pain in the butt. But once you have Main Menu, we can then add our homepage, which we really don't need. I don't ever have a homepage. Usually what I have, just to keep it simple, is yes, a catalog, so a shop all, or this can just be whatever your main product is that you're selling at the time. Then yes, have contact us. And then I also like to have track your order. So we add a new menu item here. Usually all you have to do is just select the page and then the name will automatically populate. So why is this not showing up? Where's my track your order page? Automatically populate. So just cut it, populate. Of course it's not showing on my track your order page, because why would it do that? Why would it want to make it easy for me? Shopify just loves to make me look so stupid. Okay, where's my track your order page? Oh, it's still hidden. I already made you visible. What the? Okay, are you gonna show up now? You gonna stop hiding? What are we playing peekaboo here? So dumb. Okay, let's go back. So we said it'll automatically populate. So there's our track your order page, and it's automatically linked. So we're going to click on save, and that's really all I have. I don't typically label this catalog too, so I would just say shop or shop all. I'll do shop all. And then going back to our menus, we also want to have a footer menu. And this is really important to have inside your footer, because this is what TikTok ads, Facebook ads are going to look at. Because if you don't have a privacy policy on your website, they're not going to approve your ads. So again, just add all of the major policies. So your cancel order, refund policy, track your order, terms of service, etc. So let's do that real quick. We're going to track your order as well. Bootyful! Yippee! Yippee! Hooray! Okay, we're not really going to be editing anything outside, like on our theme and all that stuff. That's going to be for tomorrow, where we actually edit some product pages and do all that jazz. But, okay, so now we got, what else do we need to have set up? We're going to do apps, but that's going to be a separate part of this live stream. We are going to set up apps and like do all my favorite apps. Let me just kind of get my nobody rooney dooney. So policies, we got our pages, we got our menus, we got policies, logo, name, domain. Okay, so let's go down to general settings. So the last major thing we need to do is definitely hop onto settings, because you need to have a payment processor in place. So we hop onto payments here, make sure you're connecting your bank account. And I do recommend Shopify payments initially. This is going to be, yes, a higher risk payment processor, but it's going to be the one that you get approved for easily. And obviously, if you're from a different country, take a look at what processors are available. They have articles on Shopify which tell you which ones you're qualified for. So typically though, Shopify Pay is going to be the best one. That was a little fast. I might do that again. I apologize, guys. Let me do that one more time, just because it was a little fast. Little bit fast there. I sometimes just go 2,000 miles an hour. Now, the next thing we have to do is hop on down to our settings, and we want to go to payment processors, because obviously you can't actually get sales until you have this set up. So I personally recommend have both a credit card payment processor and PayPal as well. I know you've heard all the horror stories, but if you're doing things the right way and you have the right apps that are sending the tracking numbers to PayPal and to your customers, then you really shouldn't be dealing with that many holds, even though when you're first starting, yes, that typically is inevitable. So what I'm going to do is get Shopify payments established, and usually all you have to do is put in your bank account numbers if you're from the US, EIN, SSN, all that stuff, and then you should automatically qualify. So we're going to do all that. I'm going to have to do this. Let me go back to the face cam, because yeah, you guys are not going to get my information, my identity. We are not having stolen identities today. I am a LLC. I'm going to have to get my EIN number. Let me just double check to make sure I'm not sharing this information because that would not be good. Okay. Going back on live. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me just see the comments. What do you guys say? When you work, are you mostly on autopilot these days? I don't know what you really mean by that. I don't feel like I'm ever on autopilot. I'm very present and conscious. If you mean that, I'm doing tasks that I've done quite a lot, so I can basically do them on autopilot. Not really. I do mostly thinking work. Most of my work is ad creative related and media buying related, where you have to really be on the ball. So for me, not really. What do I use to create your thumbnails? I have multiple editors for that. Type menus in the bar. Shopify. But PayPal is so cucked, man. I've heard horror stories about how. Yeah, no, a lot of people have gotten absolutely railed up the ass. You're not wrong. You are not wrong there, pal. Okay. Let me just put in all our information. Store name, we're going to go with Mivra was the name. Let me get my EIN. EIN, because I do indeed pay my taxes every decade or so. I'm not on the run from the IRS. IRS? Never heard of her. Use EIN for tax filing, yes. All right, let me just put in all the little nitty-gritty details here. What do I sell? Sexual services. I sell happiness. I sell happy endings, you may say. Perchance. Per maybe. You could call it entertainment and recreation, I guess. We'll just do retail. I just say I sell shirts and dresses to women. We'll just do clothing. Where is a woman's clothing category? Beautiful. There she is. What is my birthday? Golly, buy me a drink first, Shopify. They need all of my details. Job role. They don't ask this many questions in the past, I'll tell you that. I don't remember Shopify being this detailed. It's like they're a company now. They cleaned up their act. Bro, you need my SSN too. That's crazy. Usually if you just put your EIN, you're fine. Well, Shopify now has access to everything. I mean, you want a semen sample too? All right. Submitting for verification. Beautiful. So we'll give that a second to, that now needs to get approved by Shopify. Let's get PayPal added. The fuck is that shit? Okay, I just gotta log in and then we'll share our screen again, guys. I obviously just cannot share the most important information that easily could be used to blackmail me in 2 seconds. Because you naughty little piggies. That's interesting. Actually, we'll just set up PayPal a little bit later. We'll do it just a tad later. Let's go back. We'll share my screen. The stream series legendary. How much does branding matter before making? Because it doesn't really matter at all, dude. Obviously, you need to make sure that you have ads that have the right message to the right audience. That's the biggest thing. You have the right offer. Branding is such a tertiary thing. It's not even close to being one of the main things. How's Harry doing? He's doing all right. He's been a little MIA. He's having some stuff going on, so he's not as present. But, you know, he had some stuff, so we're rooting for Harry. Are you going to add more modules to school committee? I mean, I'm open to it. You guys let me know if there's anything else. I mean, I really wanted to make sure that program was everything you need to get your first winning product, and I do feel so. Like, we filmed a whole new course for it, so I don't feel like you guys need more information. Is that the thing that's holding you back? Definitely not. Do you use 3PL when you reach something like $2,000 a day? I mean, I use a private agent from the get-go. So, I mean, I make sure any supplier that I use from the get-go is someone that I can scale with. So, they pretty much all have 3PL. Yeah. They're all third-party logistics, yeah. Like, my main girl, Kaylee, works with eProlo. They're 3PL. Commercial is 3PL that I also get quotes from. Same thing with Zendrop. So, they're all 3PLs. Would you recommend the health/weight loss niche as a beginner now? I have no problem with that niche. I think it's a great niche. It's just obviously going to be a product, a lot of products that are a bit more competitive and saturated, and you got to really nail down the specific emotions people are feeling and the alternatives that they're going to try and why you have the best solution. So it's going to be challenging. It's going to be more challenging than if you sell like a clothing product because you don't have the skills if you're a beginner. Like usually the easiest way to make money if you're a true beginner is going to be clothing because you don't really need any marketing skills. You just need to pick something that looks nice. But the thing that's going to help you grow and make the most money long term, problem solving, getting into the deep end, and yes, that's where the health loss niche would be good. Okay, can you guys see my screen? I think you can. Okay, beautiful, lovely. Let's go back. So we need to go back to our YouTube video. All right, so some other settings that I really like to nail down is in our checkout. So as we can see right here, only require last name, looks good. Definitely want to have address auto completion on. So we have that. As we scroll on down, the email and SMS is something we're going to set up with a third-party app. So we don't need to have any of these going on except for the post-purchase emails because typically the ones from Shopify are really solid. So from that, and it doesn't hurt to also have the iPad flip the screen. Hey, do you want to tip us an extra 10, 15%, even though we did absolutely nothing? Because there are definitely going to be a portion of your orders where customers are going to choose that. So never hurts. Let's see. Yeah, definitely never hurts. I think these are all good. These are all my usual settings. And if you are doing SMS marketing, I would definitely make it an optional thing for the shipping address phone number, or actually probably more required. And if you're really hammering the SMS marketing, you could definitely make it a requirement for someone to add their phone number as well, which I'm actually going to do because it does make a huge difference in recovering those abandoned carts. So I do personally like to have it. And then scrolling on down, we need to set up our shipping zones. So usually you go to general shipping rates. I set up one zone that has everything together. So we have this one that has United States, which all we really need to do is just add every country that we're going to be selling to. So for me, that is going to be the big four. Canada, and then let's see. You can only add a country if they're in a market. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? Is that because it's the domestic shipping line? That is so stupid. Is it because, yeah, I think that might be why. Why is everything so stupidly fucking different now? Okay, we'll just have to, for the sake of the tutorial, do it that way. All right, I'll do it this way. Let me go back to the checkout thing that we were doing. We're going to have to do this bit one more time. I apologize for people watching the live stream just for the sake of the video. I have to do multiple takes. And then it also doesn't hurt to have your little iPad flip the screen, get a 10 to 15% tip on the side. I mean, hey, a lot of people will choose that, and it's just free money in your pocket. So might as well have it. I mean, you guys are basically poverty at this point, just begging for money. So yeah, we do have that option. And then hopping on over to shipping and delivery, you're going to have to set up two zones. So you're going to have your domestic one, depending on whatever country you're from. If you're not from America, then Man, that sucks for you. But usually what I like to do is just have two different options. So I have free shipping and then priority insured shipping. So we're going to add that rate. We'll do free shipping as our first one here. So we're going to do custom name. Click on done. We're good to go there. And then same thing. We're going to do custom and then priority insured shipping. And then I do typically have in parentheses what that actually means. So it basically just says that your order is insured if it doesn't arrive. And usually you can charge about 10% of whatever the products are that you're selling. So if you're selling a product for 50 bucks, usually you're going to list this for $4.99. It's interesting with the live stream aspect of this. I have like my voice that I put on when I'm recording and talking to the camera. And then when I talk to you guys, it definitely is more natural. I don't know. It's just like I've been doing it so long. I've been making videos for 6 years now. So it's just like I'm so used to putting on that voice. It's kind of hard to do it in a natural way. It is interesting. So now that we have that set up, we're going to go to markets and then also set up an international one. And this really depends if you're selling to the big 4 countries. I do personally like to do that when testing. So we're just going to bundle them all together. And let's just see initially. So we got, yes, Australia. We're going to need Canada. And typically as well, you're going to need United Kingdom, which, yes, here. So we got United Kingdom. And I would say we're pretty much good to go. So let's save that as our international market. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Why can't you just... I'm going to be honest, this is going to make me look like a noob, but the old school version of this definitely had it where you could just add it. So I'm like actually having to figure this shit out, which is annoying. All right, so now we're going to click on shipping here, and we're pretty much going to do the exact same thing. So let's see. We're going to need rates. Where are the fucking rates? Yes, I understand that's the shipping labels over expectations. Bruh. Where is international? This should be, okay, like what it should be is I click on this and then it shows, yes, all these blah, 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 different markets. Add a shipping zone. Okay, so now you're doing it. Fucking hell. All right. All right, so now let's add a shipping zone here. We'll label this international, if I could actually type and wasn't fully dyslexic. So we're going to add really the big ones I have. So Germany is definitely one I test in, France sometimes as well. And then we're also going to add Canada, UK, and the Aussies as well. So Aussies. Oi, bruv. Don't forget about us, lad. A point of Stella for this naughty fella, am I right? Lovely, lovely, gents. How about that Chelsea, mate? Oh, mate, fucking hell. FA Cup? 5-1? Battering? You see that Esteval? That Brazilian? He's got a lot of flair to him. He's like a David Beckham, I'll tell you what. Fuck, that is not a British accent at all. Hi, bruv. I just love saying bruv. All right, prior insured shipping. Where's the fajitas? Where's my fajitas? I could kill for some fajitas right now. Okay, there she is. I have 5 gajillion tabs open right now. It's honestly giving me some anxiety. If I could feel anxiety enough. Unfortunately, I do not have estrogen pumping through my systems. You know, I had a great idea today because I really want to do stand-up at some point, and I was just like, why aren't there more trans billionaires? Because if you think about it, billionaires are so bored that they'll go to the moon, they'll have child sex trafficking rings. They just have nothing to do. So it's like, well, might as well just unlock what does it feel like to be a woman? Just like, that seems like the natural progression. I mean, if you're having sex with children because you're that bored with all that money, because there's every single experience on earth you've had, it's like, well, that would be unique. And then you can just switch right back. Just like do it for a week. All right. I think that's the main thing. So we got checkout settings, we got payments, taxes. Who gives? Yeah, taxes. You think I'm going to set that up? You think I pay taxes? You're hilarious. MyMivra.com, I believe, is Mivra. Let me just double check on that. I'm 90% sure we're Mivra, right? Isn't that what we did? I apologize. I have so many different brands that I'm either like co-owning or own. It's like all these little one-word names I just get. Yeah, there she is. Beautiful. Glad none of you guys bought it in the middle of this, because I would destroy you. All right, I might have to. It's gonna ask for my phone number. Bullshit. Even though you guys already know my phone number. I swear that's not my real phone number. That's just a burner phone. That's just one of those like 1990s. I make a phone call, snap the phone in half like it's the Sopranos, and then just throw it away numbers. It's not my real number. Bootyful. Awesome. So now in the domain section, we bought our domain of mymivra.com. It's looking beautiful. So now we have to make sure all of the traffic from our My Shopify just redirects to this one, and we'd be good to go. And typically for this process, the actual mitigation, this process, just kind of process, it takes usually about 24 to 48 hours for it to fully make that transformation. So just keep that in mind before you send traffic. Beautiful. DNS settings, we don't really have to worry about too much. It should just automatically do it. The email forwarding part is going to be something for a little bit later. We have our policies. Really from here, the last thing would just be removing the online password. And then the final thing I would do now that you have all this set up and you're ready to sell would be removing the password, because obviously people can't go on your website if you don't have that removed. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. And we're going to, in the next day, actually go about setting up home pages, product pages, and all the nice fun stuff. I actually need to double check if that is the case. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. Fuck, I got to do that again. Might be. Let me do that again. Is the screen sharing now? Let me go back. And then typically the final thing you want to do, and now that we have all our payment settings set up, we got our logo, we got our domain, everything's looking nice, we have to go to our preferences and turn off the password, because otherwise we won't be able to sell. And then typically for homepage title, yes, I do customize this just to make sure it's the name of my brand. And you can add a quick little AI ChatGPT description here, which is just what people are going to see before they click on your link on desktop. So if you want to have that, go ahead, but it doesn't make the end of the world. Yeah, let's see. It's not the end of the world. But it's not the end of the world. Change it to that. Save. All right. Yeah, I think that's the majority of the back end. Let me see. Is there anything else we're missing, guys? Am I tripping? We have our pages set up. We have menus. We have policies. We have our logo. We have our name. We have our domain. We have our payment processors now. Yeah, I would say we're chilling. I mean, I got to think. Obviously, we'll add Shrine a little bit later when we're actually playing around with that stuff. We could have like an Atlas AI, like quick little store build. Let me think. Let's go back to the board, guys. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that I need to add? I do need to get Shrine Pro added. So we could design like a quick little homepage to end that specific portion of the video. But we do need to get our apps set up. That's a big thing. Definitely need to do that. Let me just check. How are we doing? How are my Pookies doing? How are my kittens doing? Bro needs to get his chat on a second monitor. I don't have a second monitor right now. I do not plan to be live streaming forever. So I don't know if I want to fully go all in on that. Okay. Ethan, how do you stay so fucking consistent? How do you not become a perfectionist when making ads? I mean, I am low-key a perfectionist. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I think there's at a certain point where there's diminishing returns with anything you do. Like, I have realized I'd rather optimize for both efficiency and quality. And the way you do that is typically understanding that, okay, so in the dropshipping context, you need to test at least 2 products a week if you want to be successful in my eyes. And in order to do that, you have to evaluate what's taking you the most time. So typically for most people, that's going to be, yes, writing your ad scripts and creating set ads. So with the script process, I mean, I just plan it out. I try to do as best I can. I don't want to overthink it too much. So obviously we're going to have, 4 different angles, each one having its own different message. And then each one I choose a different framework for it. So from there, I mean, when it comes to writing the scripts, I already have in my one-on-one program the Notion. We have an outline of how it should look. I write different hooks, and I already have templates for, yes, how to write different hooks. I have like a problem-oriented hook, a benefit-oriented hook. We have like so many different styles, and I have videos where I explain that. But I just first write out those hooks after choosing the angle and the framework. And yeah, like I will write out the entire script, and then I usually go ahead, read it a few times. And like once I've done the second or third go through, I've read it out loud to see if it's conversational. Like that's good enough, honestly. Like you realize that you're never going to be perfect, but it's better to just make something and get data back than just overthink, constantly be worrying about, is it perfect? Is it where it needs to be? So that's usually how I think about it. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist, but you have to have standards, obviously. Kenny's here. What's up, Kenny? Good to have you here. I hope everything's going well with you and the brand. Do I create my own ads? I write my own ads. I will plan out the angles. I do not edit them. Like in terms of video ads. Like in terms of making the images, I can make image ads all day. Is video or static working better for you? Honestly, static's been pretty good. I do like static ads a lot. With the native ad style, it's been really working well for a lot of my students. They both work. But I do like image ads a lot. I think you can test products with just image ads and still get enough validation on the messaging to know what sticks. Alrighty. Mongolian rice farmer and horse milker. Don't know what the context is behind that. Bro is butchering the British accent. Yes, I was. Is he checking the chat occasionally? Yep. Bro is a portion came by another modder. Burner's good shit. Would you actually suggest burner phones, or does that not matter? That does not matter. That's just a joke. I heard people who try to run ads on TikTok make burner phones for different accounts. I don't do it to that extent. The TikTok burner method is not the primary way I find products, so I don't really do all that. Let's see. I heard people who try to run ads on TikTok, but I didn't know where you read that. Don't ban this series like you did the other place. I enjoy this. I'm not planning on it, bro. How many visuals do you change per 3 seconds, or is it? It's usually every 2 to 3 seconds. Yeah, every 2 to 3 seconds. Ethan, show your own store dash today. Well, here's the reality. If I do that, the fucking name is going to be showing up right there. So I could show you my phone. Let me just hide the version, or hide the name. So I can't show you that directly. So today, the main store, we're at $3,000. Let me see. Can you guys see that? I don't want to show the name. You should be able to see that. Let me like switch cameras. Okay. Can you guys see that? $3,000 today, 3.5. Probably gonna end at like 5 today, 6. I know it's a little blurry, but I literally cannot move my hand, otherwise you'll see the name, and I cannot have you out of that. Ah, fuck. Ah! I know you guys saw it for a second. Well, should have changed the name. I'm stupid. Anyways, we might have to delete the live stream, but whatever. You said clothing is better for beginners, but do you have a lot of refunds, or what do you think? I'm so stupid. So stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Why the fuck am I pandering to some random Wi-Fi films retard with a fake profile photo who's just intentionally trying to aggravate me? Like, clearly has just a fucking loser. Wait a minute. I can just ban you. Wait a minute. I'm just going to do that. Go suck my cock. See you later, pal. Anyways, do I live in Boca Raton? I do not. I live in Fort Lottie. What do you make the next day? Blah. Do you suggest TikTok ads for blah blah blah? Adam, stop being retarded. What do you make the next day? I don't even know what you really mean by that. On average, it's like 5 to 6. Aren't you Jewish? You're Christian. Everyone keeps saying, like, are you Jewish? Just because I have a big nose. Like, I get it. I have the aura of a Jewish man. I have the look. I have the mucus. I have the nasal. But no, I am not. My money's Jewish. I'll tell you that. But no, I am a Christian, man. I go to church every Sunday, my little Baptist church. Kenny, you know, I'm glad you're watching. Kenny, I wanted to send you a video or a picture today. In the middle of our service, so I go to a Baptist church where essentially they do a combination of there's a sermon and then there's singing and there's worship, essentially. So in the middle of worship, they were trying a new thing. They were split testing a new like order of operations, and they started singing one of the songs from that really amazingly animated 90s Christian movie, the Moses one, where he's like splitting the seas and it's beautiful. And in the background, they were literally playing the movie while people were singing. It was like you're watching a Broadway. Like, it's not even like you're at church anymore. It's just like a Broadway play. And I was just like thinking about it because Kenny always makes this, he'll always joke around and be like, I don't need your Disney ADHD church. And I was just thinking about it. If I was making a church that's as ADHD as possible, yeah, I would have a movie clip in the background while there's lights going on and there's people singing. I was like, you know what? I don't think I can defeat those ADHD claims. There's literally movie clips playing. It's like the fucking TikTok version of you have something playing, then you have the whatever they call it, the little game underneath. Fucking God, I'm blanking on names. Subway Surfers. It's so stupid. I was like, it kind of threw me off a little. Kenny, I'm gonna send you that because I thought it was so funny. It was so funny. Can't see the whole name. Yeah, whatever. Low key, I'm gonna have to re-edit the stream so I don't show that part. It is. That's why you guys get to be on here. All right, let me just check Instagram, see if we're doing. I don't even know why I'm live on Instagram. No one fucks with the Insta. No one fucks with it. But makes sense. It's a better viewer experience on YouTube. Anyways, I think that was the majority of the shit that we wanted to do for the setup. So what I need to do is delete a few tabs. And the next thing we need to do is set up our apps. We need to set up some apps today. So let me just go ahead and knock this off. Actually, no, I have to do the homework part. Okay, so just for the end of this video. So my homework for you guys is to make sure you set up those policies, those menus, and just get all the back-end stuff set up so that you can sell and not have to worry at all. Beautiful. Awesome. So that'll be the end of that video. I wonder, should we set up a quick little homepage though for it? I'm just going to pause the recording. I think that's really all we need for it. I like to go above and beyond though. Yeah, I think we should set up a. Let me get my Shrine Pro set up. Let me log in. So let me just log in. Gonna have to change around the settings because obviously Shrine is very annoying with it when it comes to like whole tokens and all that shit. All righty, mate. Shrine. Let me log into you. No, don't. It's not the Shrine Solutions thing that I need. I need the other fucking thing. All right, let me log in. I don't know why Shrine is so fucking annoying with like logging into the database. Because it just like shows you, oh, here's your order. I don't give a fuck about where. Show me the. So stupid. Okay, there it is. Beautiful. Let me log in real quick. Okay. Let me share my screen. We'll get cooking on a quick little home page. And I think that'll be the end of that first video. Yeah. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I don't know. My thing says there's no one watching the stream. I don't know if the fucking thing crashed. Just make sure. Let me double check. I think. I'm just checking my YouTube, guys. I apologize. I just want to make sure. Let me switch to another account. So you don't even know if we're watching? No, it doesn't show me much. I think we're good. I think we're live. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. 23 persons. 23 degens. 23 pookies. 23 kittens. That's a lot of kittens. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let's set up. I need to get rid of a few tabs here. So we got to import our shrine. Okay. So domains. So we need both the My Shopify and then the new one. Per chance. Oh yeah, we need the HTTPS part as well. This is always like such a tedious process with Shrine. Because like it should be this straightforward where I do this and then bada bing I add it and it should be good to go. But it's gonna give me shit because it always gives me shit every single time. It's like, well, unfortunately, this token's expired. Actually, this isn't gonna work. Yeah. Okay, so let me just record real quick because we will add to our initial video. And wrapping things up, we're going to set up a quick little homepage. So personally, I like to use the Shrine Pro theme, and there are plenty of discounts online that I'll link down below on how you can get it for much cheaper than the $350 doubloons that you would have to pay on the regular. Ugh, not doing that. And then once you do have the zip file, we're going to go to downloads here. Add Shrine Theme Pro. We are going to upload that. And this is where we're going to add our logo. And for the homepage, you have to keep in mind 98% of your traffic is not going to be on your homepage. It really doesn't matter. So I just make sure have the bare minimum. So just the whole point of your homepage is to get someone to your product page. Yeah, that really is what it is. So we'll have that going. Beautiful. And as I scroll down, it's going to say, you don't have access. Are you crazy? Okay, we do not need this. All right, so for the announcement banner, we definitely don't need any icons. And typically, I'm going to do some sort of urgency, like saying New Year's sale ends soon or ends tonight. Or you can do some social proof as well, like saying over 10,000 happy customers trust your brand. But we'll just stick with this for now. So we'll click on save. And then obviously for the logo, we talked about this. Do the hot dog style format. So 200 height, 800 width. And then we can see here. Let's go to theme settings, logo. And then we're going to add that puppy on in. You guys can see my screen, right? Just double checking. Yes, beautiful. Okay, cool. She looks pretty. Obviously, yeah, we're gonna have to probably space it a little bit. But right there on the header, we have our main menu. Let me just scroll down to the footer here, and we're also gonna add that footer menu. Am I recording? Beautiful. Just double checking. I'm paranoid. So opening that up, we definitely don't need an image. And then for quick links, we are going to make sure we do our footer menu here, which that is not our footer menu. So we're going to click on replace, choose the actual footer menu, which was the right one here. So it has all of our policies. That's the big one you want to have. Typically, yeah, you can have the email subscribe if you want. I don't typically have it just because I don't actually use these emails, especially when we're first initially testing. So usually the other block I like to have is a text block. And that's where I put in, here's our support email. Here's when our hours of operation are open, because it just makes it look a bit more legitimate. So let's actually copy that from... The problem is now that I just switched the permissions, it's going to make it a pain in the ass because it's going to say you don't have access. Yeah, exactly. It's going to say you don't have access. So let me just see if it has the text thing. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to drag this on down. So it's going to be on the right here. And then we'll just do this as contact us, support, however you want to call it. And usually, again, how I like to format it, just have a phone number, have your support email, obviously make sure it's the right domain. And then, yeah, we have a virtual address here. So again, just makes it look more legit. Beautiful. So we'll do support at mymivra.com. Cool beans. And then for the slideshow, if you don't have a product that you already have added, typically the best thing to do is just have a stock image of whatever season is going on right now. So if it's wintertime, have something that's more winter-esque. So just get something that's a free image from like Pexels and you'll be fine. Hubba hubba awooga. That is one of the flattest white women I've ever seen. Can we get like winter? Jeffrey Epstein would love that. Okay, anyways, what looks nice and professionals? Yeah, that would work. Chilling with that. Let's see, so we have a comparison table. Really don't need a comparison table. Let me see. I have a document where I do like the whole layout for homepage and all that. Give me one sec. Let me find that. What's my usual layout? Banner, featured in, bestsellers, USPs, social proof, review app. Yeah, makes sense. We should probably actually cover that in the video. So if you're wondering my ideal layout, I typically like to have, yes, the main menu, a banner, and then featured in different magazines. You can add that from section.store onto your homepage. Then bestsellers, that's the big thing. When you actually do have your products, have that because that's going to be the main thing you want to send people to. And then USPs, if you have a hero product, so have a quick little section here, the benefits of it, or just say here are the benefits of shopping from our brand. And then the final thing is just having some reviews. Usually you just have an accordion, so left to right of different reviews from customers, and you should be good to go. So let's actually work on that really quickly. Is that an option where you can do magazine logos, or do you have to buy that from section.store? Is that like a thing where you can logo? Probably gonna have to buy it. Yeah. All right, whatever. Whatever. Get rid of that. We are going to need, though, our bestseller. Dude, I am so hungry right now. Holy guacamole. Let's actually do featured product. We'll do featured product first. Contact form, sure, you could have that. Multi-rows where we could add that social proof for sure. You could also do it, yeah, as a multi-column. Let me just go back to my layout. So featured product, yeah. Yep, social proof. Okay, so let's just add some social proof. What would be the best section for that? Probably multi-column. We'll go testimonials. Drag that up. So we got our banner. We would have our product that actually, once we add it, will be here. Some testimonials, contact form. Really don't need more than that. So I know it's a little bit bare bones because we don't have any products added yet, but this would be the ideal layout for now that we... So I know this is basically the bare bones, but we really don't need to flesh it out until we have a product added. So we have our banner, it's winter themed. We would add our winning product here. This is a featured product block. And once you do have a product added, you would just click on select and then it would show up here. For testimonials, we would just make this based on the product that we are selling. So we would just change these three out, or we can make them a bit more general about, you know, we bought from this brand, we got the result, it was fast shipping, etc. And then we have a contact form. Do you need more than this? No, because again, most people are not going to be on this page. Yeah. I honestly, there's no reason to even bother editing this until we get a product added. Because it's like, yeah, and it's like not even a page that people go to anyway. So for now, I think we're chilling. So that would be the tutorial on like getting the setup of things. So to end this live stream today, guys, we're going to also download some apps. So I'm going to show you my exact app stack that I like. And then we'll just have a brief explanation on how to kind of set them up, each one. And then we'll call it a day. How does that sound? Let me get some ones if we're feeling that. Let me change up the music real quick. Let me just see your comments real quick. You probably do 3 figures a day. Laugh my ass out. I don't know who you're talking to. You're probably talking to one of these motherfuckers. Anyways, now the stream is still on. I just like Shrine so much. I get it. It is very saturated. It's very overused. But if you know how to play around with it, add sections from section.store, then you can make it not look like Shrine. So that's where I see the use case in it. But you can also use the Elixir theme. Elixir theme is really solid too. So it's up to you. Yo, my N-word, can you do a few store reviews before you hop off? Yeah, once we set up some apps, you guys can drop like, we'll see. My voice, I'll be honest, I'm going to be live streaming every day for 3 hours. Plus I have group calls. So like my voice might be a little toughy-wuffy on that. I underestimated Flat Woman until I tried one. I think it's just one of those can of worms I'm just never going to open. That's just like Pandora's box. I think I'm good. There's just some things in life that you don't need to try. I think that's just one of the things that's going to be for me. I just copy my competitor website and add some info and change the offer. Yeah, that's perfectly fine for the homepage. Dog eat dog method. That's the Ching Chong method. Eat a doggaroo. Seems pretty basic. Is Vontae actually your clothing brand? I don't know what Vontae is. Just keep going, dog. Why stop? Don't know what you're talking about. Do a Q&A at the end, though. Yeah, we can do a Q&A. So here's my game plan, guys. So we'll do the apps. I'll show you the apps that I like. We're going to install those just so we have that cooking. And then we'll do a quick Q&A at the end. How about that? How about that? Of course, I get here as we are finishing up. We're not really finishing up, per se. Oh, that Ming Dynasty pussy got me acting unwise. Mr. Bender. Please tell me how to run a Facebook ad without getting accounts suspended. Oh. You know that one TikTok? There's that one like gaming TikTok guy, and he's like, why are you laughing? This is how I talk. Why are you laughing? Hello. It's about time I get canceled anyways. Even for image ads, how do I get ideas for visuals if I'm running top of funnel image ads? I mean, the reality is you first need an angle and a message that is top of funnel. So something that would be most likely a benefit that or desire that your customer really wants. And then same thing with the problem. Like you can do it in both ways. The image itself isn't what really makes it top of funnel. I mean, you can have templates that are bottom of funnel as like the ones that have sales and are testimonial style. That's more bottom of funnel. But top of funnel is really just benefit call out images. It's before and afters can be top of funnel. Benefit call out where you have just a headline at the top also works and just the product image. So, and native style also can be top of funnel. So it's more the message and the angle behind said image over the design. Why did you fire my boy Antonio? It was a while back when I worked with Antonio in the Discord. I think we had some like consistency issues. There were some issues. It might have been a pay thing or consistency. Unfortunately, it was like a year or so ago, so I don't really remember too much. I think it was just one of those like mutual things. Like I remember we were very cordial afterwards. Like he thanked me for the opportunity and everything. It was great. I had no problem working with him. There was just a few things with management where it wasn't the best. Is Omar still with you? I could coach him if shit was rough, not gonna lie. Omar, yeah, he still works with us. I like Omar a lot. He's one of our better coaches. It's an honor, sir. My dream is to be coached by you, my man. Hey. Well, if you do want to be coached by me, guys, if you want me to like personally review like your website, ads, products, all that stuff, yeah, in the one-on-one program, we do 5 calls a week. So very, very easy to hop on there and get some input from me. And if you are interested and you really want to like speed things up, you want to get results as soon as possible, like you're really taking this serious this year, you want to make it your year, yeah, the link for that is in the description of any one of my videos. It's the first link, or you can check my link tree as well. Let's see. We'll do a few more questions before we get into the apps. Kenny, it's you. Yes, Kenny's here. Why is my TikTok ad contract been pending for 10 days? That sounds like you got to talk to support, buddy. I never change my 2 frameworks on videos because I always do testimonial problem solutions. I mean, problem solutions always like the most common, most likely to work. So I have no issue with that. The framework is not the issue. Like I don't, if you just kind of always do the same 2 frameworks, that's fine. It's just the big thing is always split testing different angles. Okay, makes sense. What do you think about image to advertorial to product page for gut? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, native style image ad to an advertorial explaining the problem they're dealing with and why other things don't work, and then straight to a product page after. Yeah. I haven't seen people do native image ad with no text on it. Yeah, I do that all the time. Just show the actual problem. You don't need to have text. Plus very long copy and primary text to a product page. Do you like this top of funnel ad style, or do you prefer listicles and advertorials? Usually when I do a native style image ad, it is to an advertorial. It is to a pre-sale page. So tomorrow's video is about how to make your own advertorial. I have a full breakdown of how I do it, the templates, everything. So watch that because that is going to be the most detailed thing on earth. There's really motherfuckers out here watching the El Clasico while Papa Easter. I wonder what the score is to that. All right. I got to change the battery for my camera because it's about to die, and then we're going to do that. So I'm going to take a quick little pause. We'll take like a minute break because my voice is also like shattered. So let's just take a quick little pause for Ethan, the boy, to tinkle. Okay. I also gotta rotate my laundry, so I need like another 30 seconds. So you guys entertain yourselves. I don't know, goon to a photo of me on Instagram. Do whatever you degens need to do to keep yourself entertained. Go scroll on TikTok. Let me put this battery in my camera real quick. I have returned with a cookie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Have I heard of Tool Suite or Luxury Tools? I like Tool Suite. Yeah, we use Tool Suite. It's like $29 a month to get access to all the main tools. I do like Tool Suite. Pretty solid. How much money do you need to start? A few grand for sure. Ideally, 3 to 5. 3 to 5 is a good range. Okay. I run TikTok ads for beginner Instagram theme pages. Don't do fucking Instagram theme pages, bro. That is the most low scale. Just, yeah, it's not scalable at all. Traffic source, and it's low quality traffic. So no, definitely don't do theme pages. Do Facebook ads, bro. Get good at mastering one thing, and the thing that has the most scaling potential is always going to be Facebook ads. My friend Isaac, who's in your mentorship, always says you're goated. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we try our best, bro. I went through so many mentorship programs before, and the way I structured this one is like, I just think it's night and day better than any other program, just because it's a hybrid approach. It's not just one-on-one, and it's not just group. I mean, most programs are just group, and on those group calls, there's 50 fucking people. On my group calls, there's like 5 max. So it's just everyone gets input and feedback, and they just progress so quickly because of it. And it's not just, oh, you get 1 to 2 group calls a week. It's 5, bro. It's 5. And plus you get the one-on-one call, so you get your own personal call. And so it's just like, how can you not progress with a structure like that? So I think it's just like one of those great structures. So plus all the resources and everything. Enough selling, enough shilling. Let's get back to work, boys. We have some apps to download. Let's get into it. I gotta film a quick little intro for it. So this would be day 8, where we talk about apps. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Let me just get a quick little intro. What's my usual intro structure? It's usually like value, problem. Okay, so this is day. Do I have the recording on? I do not. Let me get that. All right, so this is going to be day 8 of our challenge, which is apps. So I know we're kind of bouncing around. Day 6 was the store foundation. Day 8 is going to be apps. Day 7 is going to be a mindset video that we haven't filmed yet, but it is what it is. So this will be day 8. Because each one of these is going to be its own video for each day. Okay. Now, if we're going to scale a dropshipping... Okay, no. Welcome to day 8, Pookie, of our 0 to 100K challenge. And if we are going to have a well-oiled machine, a killing... let me see. So, money. Let's do money-making machine. Welcome to day 8, Pookie. Today, we need to have our well-oiled machine all greased up on the website side and have the right apps that are going to make this into a money-making machine. I'm all over the place. I apologize, guys. Usually when I film intros, it takes me so long, but I'm just going to try to one-take it. What's going on, Pookie? Welcome to day 8 of our challenge. And today we are going to talk about the best apps that you need to turn your website into a cash cow money printer. Now, with these apps, there are some that are going to be a little bit controversial, some that you have definitely not seen. But when you have these all together, you are going to lower your page speed so that more people land on your page to have them convert more. You are going to have the right upsells. We're going to have the right offer app. Basically, everything that you need to know A to Z that is a must-have app, we are going to talk about how to set it up in today's video. So let's just get right into it. Beautiful. All right, let me share my screen. Let's get into it, guys. We have our work cut out for us. It's probably going to be like an hour or so to download all the all the apps I like personally. We probably won't do all of them, but at least like the big, like 5 to 10. So, our first app today. What should we install first? Let's do bucks. Let's just have a currency converter going on. Need a currency converter. Need the currency converter. Because I got money. Got money worldwide. We got money in different area codes. Okay, beautiful. So we got bucks. That's going to be a simple install. Then another one would be OmniSend, which is going to be its own individual video. So we will not set that one up today because email marketing SMS is going to be its own day. We're going to set that up. Probably in the next live stream, we'll actually set this one up because that's a quick one. We'll do that later. Flash, the perfect app for pedophiles who love flashing. I'm pretty sure it's what? Page speed? They changed the name to Page Speed Optimizer. Just Page Speed. It used to be just called Flash. Flash, where are you? There she is. Look at those reviews. Looks like someone spammed fake reviews. That sucks for them. It's a really good app, though. I fuck with it. We're going to need that. We're going to need gem pages. We're going to need A/B convert. We are going to we are going to need ka-ching. Ka-ching, a ring-a-dingy. Our offer apparoony-doony. And we'll just have to show another store for like how to set that up because obviously we have no products added to our store just yet. We're going to need A/B convert. We're also going to need our supplier apps. So we'll get A/B convert going. That way we can split test these offers, make some shmoney runny dunny. Make some moolah. Because daddy needs his blackjack money for tonight. Oh, they raised the price to $80 a month. These fuckers. Oh, whatever. It's worth it. Alrighty. We need that app. We are going to need... Did we have gem pages already? Yes, we do. Beautiful. We're going to need Tracky Pals. Mr. Tracky Pals. That way, PayPal doesn't put a finger up our ass and bend us over backwards until we're screaming uncle. And then, of course, we need some of our suppliers. So CJ is going to be one. Deserts is also going to be most likely an option that we're going to need as well, just so that we can import from AliExpress and have a product there. So let's get Deserts going. I might have to make a tutorial on how to import products. I mean, that's not going to be its own individual day, how to import products, because that's such a basic, like, low IQ, drop sheeple, retard, autistic thing to do. I think, like, that's like literally me putting underwear, well, not underwear, putting diapers on you, if you need that. WeTracked is another one that I like. Definitely need WeTracked. Get that good pixel data. Get that good Facebook data, because God knows the native pixel sucks cock. And then we could also get moon bundles. I do like moon bundles. You could use Kaching for those type of offers too, though. Let me just double check a few things. Do I use moon bundles in the store still? I think I do. Yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we definitely need section.store. I love section.store. Yes, install. Okay. All right. Do we have our apps? Do we have mainly most of our appy Rooney Doonies here? Bucky, Rooney. What do you need? Manual currency rates. Do you really need? So you got unlimited currencies. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure I'm on the free plan, if I'm not mistaken. Do we have page speed optimizer? Yes, we do. Okay. Just get rid of a few tabs. We do have WeTracked. CJ, we got access to. Okay, let me just refresh, see if we have all the apps I like. Section.store was the one I know we're missing. Yeah, we'll just do Umara Sports, that's fine. Probably go with the free plan for now, because I don't believe we need the upgrade. Okay, so we got those. Section.store we need. Moon bundles. Moon bundles would be the one where I'm like iffy on. Do we need that? Because you can set up, because it's really about, like, do you want to set up those value stacks where it's the product plus free gifts? And a lot of times moon bundles is kind of the best way to do it. So that could be an option, perchance, per maybe. Oh. What would the Ching Chong method require? I do not know. I need to do more impressions. Probably my best impression that I can do is Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad. Which you gotta really beg for that one, because that one's too good. Whenever I play golf with my buddies and I really need them to hit a bad shot, I will always do my Walt Jr. impression. They'll just be lining up. And if you don't know anything about golf, it is very much you have to be silent when someone is hitting. Like, that is just the custom. So right before someone hits, I'll be like, no, wait, you're a bad guy. Wait, but I don't want to lose. If you're gonna buy me off, then buy me off. Did Omni send download? Okay, yeah, we did. Beautiful. eProlo will be the other main one that we don't have. eProlo, yeah, we need eProlo. All right, let's get eProlo in here, and then we're chilling like a villain. eProlo. Okay, let's see here. Let's get her on board. Install that puppy. We don't need to do the login part right now. I just need you on the store. That's all that matters. Perfecto. I think that's it. Okay. Enough tomfoolery. Let's get back into it. So as you can see right here, we have all our apps in our store. And I know you are panicking. I mean, geez Louise, how many apps do we need, Ethan? This is, I mean, what is $500 a month? And the reality is a lot of these apps are supplier apps. So really all you need to do with CJ, with Dezzers, even with eProlo, you just need to create an account and you're good to go. They are completely free apps. And a lot of these other ones that we're going to right now talk about how to install are also free and they have payment plans. They're also free. Just cut it free. And they're relatively inexpensive anyways. I mean, just get your bag up, get some guap if you're really worried about $7 or $10, because these apps are gonna make you far more than they're actually gonna cost you. Now, our first app is Bucks. The reason why we have this is just so that when you are advertising internationally, which if you are, you definitely need an app like this where it just converts the currency from your native currency on your store, which for me is USD, to euros or pounds or wherever the, wherever the fucking thing is. So we'll just cut at like euros. Ready to explore, but get started. It usually has like the setup instructions, and then you have to go into your settings to change that. Yep. All right, so what we're gonna do is go to settings and then general, and then we need to scroll on down specifically. Where is the section? It is, I believe it's, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check the instructions. Store defaults, change formatting. Yeah, okay, there it is. All right, so going on to general, and then we are going to store defaults. We're going to change our currency formatting here, and then we need to paste this code. So HTML with currency, we're gonna paste this at the end of the USD, and then same thing here without currency. We are going to paste that right there, click on save. And as we go on back, we have done that. We're going to now enable our theme. Yep. So just clicking on that link, it's going to take us directly to our Shrine Pro. And then typically for every app you're going to use, so there's going to be this app embed section you can see. So we're just going to turn on all of these because, again, when we go into it, this will make sure it actually shows up on our product pages and on our general homepage as well. So let's click on save. And now all our apps are going to show up. Beautiful. I've done this. And then bada bing, bada boom, enable the app, and we are good to go. So from here, you can actually check on the different currencies you have, and there are particular settings that I do like. So I like this to just operate in the background. I don't like it just floating around the bottom left corner because there's really no reason, because it automatically will change the currency based on where the person is from. So in terms of display here, we really don't need it. So we're going to scroll on down. We are going to turn off in terms of it actually showing up, and then click on save. We got all the main currencies that I'm going to be advertising to besides the let's see, Australian dollar. Where's Australian? Let's add AUD into there, and then we have all the main currencies that I personally am going to use. So we're going to click on save, and we're good to go. Now the next one is going to be TrackyPal. The reason why we have this is so that your tracking numbers when you so the next app is going to be TrackyPal. So how this works is basically when you update your tracking numbers in the order section, it automatically will populate and send this to your PayPal account. So that way they don't hold your money, because that's typically why, because there's no tracking number associated with these orders. So all you're going to do is just log into your account and you're good to go. So I'm going to have to do that off screen real quick. I have to like figure out how singers perform every single day and don't lose their voice, because talking for 2 to 3 hours straight is a new beast for me. This must be what strippers feel like after sucking God knows what for hours. Speaking of strippers, I'd never been to a strip club until last year. I was invited by one of the most Christian dudes I know. I met him at a bar. Shocker there. We'll get into that story. Actually, we got to stay on topic. We'll get into that a little later. All right, what's the next app that makes sense to kind of play around with? Omnisend. Okay, we'll do PageSpeed. So our next app that we're going to play around with is PageSpeed, and this is a really simple one. So once you actually set up a payment option, then it'll automatically just be working in the background. So let's click on subscribe. It's about 20 bucks a month. And the reason why we have this is because typically when you don't have an app that's compressing all of your images and everything, then it takes very long for your product page to load, and people will drop off. You will get, let's say, 100 link clicks on your ad, but maybe only 70 or 80 actually land on your product page because of that speed just taking a bit too long. So this app is going to prevent that problem and really minimize the drop off. So as you can see right here, we have it installed. So our speed score is about 30, and let's enable everything. So we'll do that. Enable, good to go. There's no images. Yeah, there's no images yet. So yeah, there's not really gonna be anything for there. We need to enable you. And as you can see, it already improved our speed score. So yes, this is definitely an app that I always have. Now looking back at our list, OmniSend is going to be a video that we cover a little bit later about having. Now OmniSend we're going to talk about a little bit later in this program. It's more challenge. So we're going to talk about OmniSend a little later in this challenge when we actually do set up our email and SMS flows, which I will directly give to you. But in terms of other apps that we do need to set up, WeTrack is going to be when we do our Facebook ads, because you do need a Pixel and Facebook ad account. So really the other ones we're just going to briefly cover is Section Store, where you can buy different sections to add onto your product page to make it unique. Because if you're using Shrine, Elixir, any of the main themes out there, they kind of look very copy and paste and generic because everyone is using them. So with this app, it's really cool. You can get certain sections that on these native themes they don't have. So testimonial number 8, this little Trustpilot section, I absolutely adore. I always will buy this. Yeah, let's get that. So we're gonna get that. There's a few sections I like. So that one, the video app one, I do like. Actually, the Shrine native one actually isn't bad now for the video thing, so I should probably keep that one. So we'll do this one. I do. And then whenever you buy a section, you can just add it to your theme and make sure it is the one that is currently live. Beautiful. And then the other one, I like the announcement banner one. I think it's really, really good. Let's go here. What are the ones I usually buy? Yeah, comparison table, before and after image. Those are really good. Scrolling announcement. Let's just buy those 3. Yeah, so 22, 12, and scrolling announcement. If I just type 22, will that load? Beautiful.
Oh, my lucky stars. Awooga.
She is pretty.
Zooey mama.
Love that. Okay, is that one 12? And then, do you have a number? What is your number, baby girl? You mind filling out this survey for me, baby girl? Yeah, I lost my phone. Mind if I use yours to call it? That was one of the first times I ever got a girl's number saying that exact line verbatim. I remember it was my first day of private school, and there was this girl that was kind of chaperoning me around, showing me everything. And I remember at the end of it, I was kind of into her. I thought she was cute. And then it's like, yeah, I lost my phone. Do you mind if I use your phone so I can call it real quick? And then, yeah, I just put my number in, and then I called it, and then it was just in my pants. So I just picked up, and I was like, oh, God, thank you. She laughed. She thought it was kind of stupid. I'm not going to lie. Not the best move. It's a little cringe. It's a good school game, I tell you that. I was 15. Give me a break. Cut me some slack. All right. Bar.
Bar? Did someone say bar?
I miss the bar. I have not had a drink in a month. It's terrible. Oh, I haven't had an espresso martini in a month. How am I alive right now? I'm losing it. I'm starting to see, I'm starting to hear color. I'm starting to see my thoughts. My dreams are getting more lucid by the day. So if you're wondering what sections I personally like, you can see right here. So the scrolling announcement banner, I absolutely love. The before and after. And yes, the comparison table, I also really like. It's just a way bigger upgrade than the one natively with Shrine. Okay, beautiful. We also, A/B convert's something that's going to be a little bit later. I think for the sake of it, for the sake of this video, just so we can show it around, we'll show this store. Now I'm on another store because right now we don't have any products on our default store, but just to show you how to operate other apps. So with A/B convert, how it works is that you set up a redirect split test, and that's how you can send half your traffic to one product page and half to another, so that you can split test two different offers or just two different landing pages that have different things on each one. So for instance, as you can see right here, we have a URL redirect test, and all I would have to do is grab my first product page, and where I would put it is in the, so we'll do condition. So let's see if I can grab a, that's the problem. Now that the shrine is gone from the store, it's going to be hard. It's going to just like error and glitch and be like, blah, 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 you don't have access anymore. Yeah, so that's going to be, it's going to give me that crap. So we'll just, for the sake of the tutorial. So adding one of the URLs of our products right here, that would be the trigger event. And then we would have 50% yes going to the original. And then you would grab the URL of the second version of your product, paste it right here, and then 50-50, the traffic will be split. Beautiful. Do we have any data from like a test? Because this is just a test store. That's the problem. I don't think we can really. Yeah, we don't really have any data. All right, whatever. Then we'll do the same thing with like ka-ching. Just want to show you guys how I kind of like play around with it. And then hopping over to ka-ching, this is usually where I like to set up all my custom offers to really have them stand out. So this is where I'm doing the fake BOGO, we're doing bundle deals. All of this is really handy dandy inside of ka-ching. So just to show you a few of those options that we did here, let's go to our fake BOGO. So how would you set that up where you have buy one pack for one price and then buy one, get one free for the same? Well, essentially as we scroll on down, you would choose the product that you're actually gonna have this show for. So, you know, let's see right here. So I could just choose glow skin or whatever it is. It already is directly selected on our, it's oil of oregano. Yeah, oil of oregano. All right, let me just do it one more time. But as we can see, we already have it selected for our oil of oregano. So we're going to scroll on down here, use product compare price. I do like to have that. And as we scroll on down, so for our bar one, this is where the quantity is, yes, going to be one. And already in Shopify, I have the price as 20 bucks. So really where you have to get creative here is with the second bar, you have 2 as the quantity, and then choose a specific price listed as 20, and then you can have both at the same price. And then yes, I'd like to do this little label of how much the supply and how much is it actually, how much is the supply? And how long is it actually going to last you? So we have that. And then it's nice to have a little save, how much you actually save underneath. So money amount. Money, money, money. If you really want to go above and beyond too, you can add a custom image. So inside of Canva, you can just duplicate and have, again, one of your products, duplicate it, and you have 2 showing up so people can visually see what they're getting. And that always usually improves conversion rate as well. So let me just show you like an example of that. If we go to Canva, I think we do have a product image or 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this one does. So as an example inside of Canva, I have my original product and then we have it duplicated. So we have 2 here. And then we also have 3 in case we want to have that as a third option as well. Beautiful. So you have that. You were just viewing it for now. Okay, cool. So that would be how to set up the fake BOGO. I want to show how to set up another kind of standard offer. Now for setting up subscription offers, which are obviously really, well, let's say it's more MR subscription. Now, if you want to do more of a subscription deal because you're selling a recurring type of product, then this is how you would do it. So inside of ka-ching, again, make sure to choose your product. So for us, we are doing this Dermalift Neck Firming Cream. And as we scroll on down here, these are the settings. So show variant selection. Make sure you just copy this directly. And yes, I do like to skip the cart page if you don't have any upsells on your cart page. There's no real purpose of having it. So as we scroll on down here, countdown timer, sure, you can have it. But the main thing here, yes, have subscriptions, make sure one-time purchase. And usually the discount is going to be 15 or 20%. That's typically standard. And yes, you'll have this above where you can either choose the one-time purchase or subscribe and save. Yep. So this style looks good. Just make sure our settings, yeah. And in this instance, we did flip where the label is in terms of their saving amount and the 1 month supply. So feel free to play around. You don't have to do exactly what I'm saying. I just want to show you how to do it. And even with this setup as well, we do have the fake BOGO. So buy 2. And as you can see, it's the same price as buying 1. So it's up to you if you want to do that, or you can just, again, do more default where, yeah, it just immediately doubles based on the fact that there's 2 units. Yep, so we have that. Is there anything else here subscription-wise? Yeah, style looks good. Settings look good. Yeah. That all looks good. Let me just double check if there's anything I'm missing. Because the thing is, we're going to have a full video about offers anyways. We really get into the nitty gritty of setting this up. Now we're going to have a full video about offers a little bit later in this program. So don't you worry if I'm not getting into the nitty gritty details of how to set it up, because we will. So don't you panic just yet, Pookie. All right, beautiful. Let's go. What else? So we have Kaching. We did AB convert. We did section.store. Moon bundles. We kind of, gem pages we don't need to cover yet. Let's go back here. CJ Desert, we talked about logging in. So really from here, that's kind of it. So we'll just do a quick little thing. We'll do a quick little thing on Moon bundles. I do believe we have one already set up, so we can use that as a... And then the final app that you can also have is Moon Bundles. This is really great when you're doing a value stack offer, when you have your product plus free gifts as well. So as you can see right here, we have an example one. And again, I will show you how to set this up when we get to the offer video. So you got to be a little bit patient with me. But as you can see, you basically just choose a product, and then in the offer section, you have the product here. And then we want to go to what products are we going to upsell. So I believe specifically, let me see right here. I think it's, yeah, gifts. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time, guys. I apologize. I just want to make sure it like all flows. All right. And then the final app that you can have is Moon Bundles, and this works really well when you're doing value stacks. So you have your product plus free gifts as well on top of it. It's really sweet in the deal. So again, we will set up a version of this when we get to the offer video. So just be patient, Pookie. But as you can see right here, so we have this showing up on all products. You would want to choose a specific product that it shows up for, but for the sake of this video, we're going to have it on all. And then when it comes to the offer, you go to gifts, and we have this automatically turned on. So gift 1, you just choose what is the product that is going to be free. Gift 2, same thing. So it's up to you how many gifts you want to do. I usually do 4 free gifts. So you can do stuff like a 1-year warranty. You can do that there's free shipping. You can just do products that are accessories that basically just speed up the results that your customer wants. So in this case, they want to accelerate the results of getting a firmer looking neck. So we have the cream, and maybe there's an LED product that we can throw in there. Maybe there's another cream we can throw in there. There are different solutions that we can just throw in to really sweeten the deal. And of course, if you're kind of wondering where to get those gift ideas, you can ask ChatGPT, or just look up your product on Amazon and just see what other products are people buying with this. Really simple. Beautiful. So we got that. Exclusive sale, 4 free gifts included. We got our things. Let me check my chat. I know it's been a minute, guys. It's been a minute. How we doing? Oh, shit. You couldn't see my screen the whole time? Fuck. My bad, guys. My bad. Damn it. I might have to film this whole thing again. Shit. I'm so sorry, guys. Fuck me. That's such a mistake. Shit. Ugh, that sucks dick. Welcome to being a YouTuber, guys, because that's not the first time that shit happens. Oh, we got to do that again. We got to do it again. We got to do it again. That's just part of it. That's part of it. You know, sometimes when I film, I sometimes have to like do the entire video 2-3 times. So welcome to being a YouTuber, guys. Welcome to being a fucking YouTuber. I make 100 videos a year, and a lot of times I have to do it 2 or 3 times because I fuck something up. God damn it. That sucks dick. Okay, whatever. Fuck. Okay, we gotta do it all over again. Fa! Kill me! Okay. I'm retarded. Second stream. What? Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm not freaking out. I'm not losing my fucking mind. God damn it! Ah! The worst part, Kenny just texted, you're not showing your screen. I'm fucking, you know what? I'm going to lose my mind. All right. All right, so let's all pretend that I didn't just record a 30-minute video. Because I have not eaten lunch today. And I'm losing my mind. So we're going to do the most powerful speed run YouTube video of all time. All right, who's ready for part 2? I know you guys, hey guys, do you want to learn what apps I use? I know we've never done that before. Oh my God, no way. All right, let's do it again. What is this, day 8? Fuck me. It was 30 minutes. I was recording. It was 30 minutes. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. So the intro part is with the face cam. So that's the problem where I was on the face cam. All right. No, I'm not going to check my chat every 30 seconds. I got to film I got to actually teach stuff. That's like the purpose of this whole thing. I'm supposed to build a store and teach you shit. We only stopped seeing when you got to flat. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Anyways. Oh, you might be right because there was an app where I had to like show shit, wasn't I? Fuck, that's a good point. Where did it end? Where did it end? Oh! Where did it end? You know what? Anyways, I'm just gonna be fucking. I'm just gonna power through. I'm just gonna do it all over again. I don't give a shit. What's going on, Pookie? Welcome to day 8 of the 0 to 100K challenge. And today we are going to be showing you all the apps you need to turn your website into a cash cow money printer. And a few of these apps you are never going to have seen before, but once you have them installed, this will dramatically increase your conversion rate. And with a lot of these apps, these are my go-tos with split testing your offer, with really just making sure everything converts as high as possible. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, now show the screen. Show the screen. We're showing the screen. Okay. Thank the Lord. We're just going to rapid fire this, guys. We'll be fine. We're fine. I'm fine. I'm like your girlfriend. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fucking fine, all right? So as you can see, these are all the apps that I absolutely love. And you're probably thinking, geez Louise, Ethan. God, that's got to be at least $500 a month right there. You think I'm a millionaire or something? And the reality is with a lot of these apps, you really just have to create an account and that's it. And they're completely free. So for CJ, for Dezzers, for eProlo, these are all supplier apps. And with OmniSend, that is also free. And we'll talk about how to set that up a little later in the email and SMS video. So let's just go ahead and cover the apps that we are going to be able to set up immediately, even if we have no products yet. Okay, beautiful. Oh, fuck, I got to do the Bucks part again. So, guys, do you guys know how to set up Bucks? All right, whatever. I gotta turn it off. I gotta do all that shit again. So it was the display. We have to turn it back on, and then make sure the currency, and then the blah 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 blah, and then the penis needs to go in the vagina. The worst part is like when you live stream, you have to like, I'm like sweating bullets. Manage currencies, enable settings. I remember doing this part. Okay, but whatever. Okay, we'll just do it anyways. Now, before we actually set up all these apps, I would highly recommend going and editing your theme that you're actually going to have live, because when you go to the app embed section, you need to make sure they're all turned on. Otherwise, they're not going to show up and all the pretty pennies you're spending on them are going to go to waste. So just turn those on, click on save, and we're going to be good to go. So the first app we're going to install is Bucks, which is a currency converter. So essentially, when someone lands on your website, it'll automatically change your currency on your native store, which in this case is going to be USD for me because that's what's native to me. But if we have someone from Europe, from the UK on our store, then it'll automatically convert it to Great British Pounds in that case, based on their IP address. So really handy dandy app. So for us, all you have to do, let's just go to settings. And then, can I get the fucking instruction thing again? It doesn't give you the settings because I already set it up once. Fuck! Definitely didn't do that. Please just give me the fucking settings thing again. I'm probably gonna have to undownload it, which sucks. It sucks, but I think I have to. I think that's the only way. I hope I don't have to do it with any of the other ones. Yeah, I don't think there's another option because like I have to go through the steps again. It's not going to give me the option to set up the steps. I apologize, guys. I apologize. You guys are all real wang abs for sticking with me and my retardation. Again, I don't really do this that often. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm not really that kind of live streaming dropshipping guy. I'm like more of a... I just don't really do this kind of thing all that often. All right. I'm going to lose my... Dude, live streaming for 3 hours plus the group. Oh, no! Wait. There it is. Okay. Thank God. Because I saw the currency, so I was like, oh, fuck. It's not. It's going to give me the shit. Open sesame. Open sesame. Get started. Give me the step 1, please. Otherwise, it ruins the illusion that I do know what I'm talking about. All right, whatever. So when you're setting up Bucks, it's going to give you a setup where you have to download some code. So really, when it comes to that set, all you have to do is go to your settings, go to general, and then when you go to your currency display here, we're going to click on change currency formatting, and then you just add this giant brick of code that it's going to automatically give to you. So paste this, and then same thing over here where you're going to paste this span class over here to the without currency, and then it's automatically going to change it. The automatically going to change it part. Let's cut that from the video. Then from here, we enabled it in our theme, and then we just have to enable the app. And then there's certain settings that I like to have. So personally, I like this app operating in the background of our store. So if we go here to settings, it's really simple. So all we got to do here, go to display. We are going to turn off this actually showing up so that it just operates in the background because you don't really need people to be playing around. It's just a distraction. So it's just a distraction. Cut there. Beautiful. Okay, so we got Bucks. All right, bear with me, people. We're going to rapid fire this shit. Now, the next app I love is TrackingPal, and basically the reason why we have it is so that it automatically sends our tracking orders, or tracking numbers. So the next app we're going to have is TrackingPal, which essentially will automatically add your tracking numbers that you add in Shopify to PayPal. So that way you are not dealing with all those holds, which always are going to stem from you not updating those manually in PayPal. So this does it automatically. It's super simple. All you got to do is just log into your PayPal account. And then whenever you do update your tracking numbers inside of Shopify, this app will automatically push it to those orders so you don't have to deal with any chargebacks. Beautiful. So we got it connected. Awesome. Don't need to do anything else. That's that. We'll just do section.store as the next one. I know we did Flash, I think, is the next one, but whatever the fuck. Okay, we'll do Flash. Let's go, people. We're on schedule. We're on a tight schedule here. Tight schedule. We got money to make. Now, the next app I love is Flash Page Speed Optimizer, which essentially compresses your images and lazy loads your website so it loads as fast as possible, because you're not going to realize this, but when you're running ads, let's say you get 100 link clicks, typically when you're not optimizing your speed score, around 75 to 80 people will actually land on your website. You will have a 20 to 25% drop off. That is just wasted money because your website is just taking too long to load. So I love this app. It compresses your images. It just makes it less of a load for the phone, for the desktop, so people automatically are going to land on your product page without scrolling away due to their ADHD nature. So for this, really all you have to do is just buy a plan, and then once you click enable on the app, it'll automatically do this in the background so you don't have to worry about it again. Awesome. So we got that. What was the other one? Please tell me I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, thank God. Yeah, we are. All right. We'll do section.store real quick. Okay. Now, the next app I love, especially when you're using Shrine or Elixir or any one of these very saturated themes where it's super competitive and basically everyone's just copying and pasting each other, so it just always looks like a dropshipping store. That's a little too long of an intro. I apologize. Now, the next app I love is Section.store, where you can buy these custom sections that really help you customize your theme and not make it look like every other copy and paste dropshipper using Shrine and Elixir, which, yeah, they're great themes, but on their own, they just tend to look so much like dropshipping stores. So for me, I would go through and check a look at all these different sections, see the ones that really stand out to you, and, get your stand out to you, and get your pickle tickled. So for me, the sections that really do tickle my pickle have to be the before and after image 12, the scrolling announcement banner, these comparison tables, and of course, the handy dandy Trustpilot section. This is beautiful. And all you got to do is just add it to the theme that is active for you. So for me, Shrine is going to be that one. So I just click add, and then that way you have the option to select it when you are customizing your product page. Beautiful. We also need the A/B convert one. Did we have that link? Yeah, we still have the link. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll just go back here. So we'll do guys, we'll do the Q&A after this. I apologize that I have to do it again. It just is what it is. I'm gonna get the job done no matter what. I don't give a shit. Now, my next app, which is one of my favorites, has to be A/B Convert. And we'll talk a little bit later about how to set it up in the offers video. But just really quickly, how it works is that you're able to have a redirect split test. So as you can see right here, when we click Create New Test, we go to Price, and then we change it to URL Redirect, where you grab the URL of your initial product page. I know this is just an example one. Bear with me here. And as you can see, we go to page URL, and this is what we call the trigger event. So basically, everyone that goes to this product page, we set it up where half of them will, yes, go to that product page, but then we grab the URL of our other version of our product page where we have a different offer or a different landing page altogether, so that we can split test and see which one performs better. So if you're wondering what that looks like on Shopify, you go to your product section, and all you got to do is just duplicate the product. So as you can see, Revive Legs, I have two versions where I'm most likely testing two different prices or offers. Cool. And then Kaching, we'll talk about that one. Now our next app, Kaching, is also very simple, Now our next app, Kaching, is also going to be one where we're setting this up in the offer section as well. And as you can see, so we're going to cover, I'm speaking in tongues. I apologize, guys. I'm like all over the place. Now our next app, Kaching, is one that is great for setting up all the different offers that I absolutely love, which we will cover a little bit later in the offers video. You got to be patient, but just to show you real quick how to set up a few of these. So Fake BOGO is one of my favorite offers where you have buy one and then buy one, get one free at the same price. So if you're wondering how to do that, go to specific selected products. So it only shows up on the product you want it to. So in this case, the oil of oregano or Oregon Trail, I don't even know. But as we scroll on down here, we have our buy one pack. So super simple. This is just going to be the default price you have in Shopify. So we have it as 20 bucks. We have a subtitle here of how much you're getting and the 1 month supply label. So again, they know how long it's going to last. But since this is a supplement product, a lot of people will want 2 month supply, 3 month supply. So in this case, we have that label of 2 month supply. But the big thing here is that when we click price and then specific, you can choose whatever price. And in this case, we can do the exact same price as buy one. So it's a fake BOGO offer. It makes the buy one option obviously look very terrible, but it makes that buy one, get one free look so much better by comparison. It's that movie theater strategy where the large is $8 and the small is $7. So obviously you're going to choose a large every single time. Cool. And then we are going to do... And then another common offer, of course, is doing subscriptions. The MRR bandits are wild out here. And if you do it the right way, then yeah, subscription is solid. I mean, getting people that will recurrently buy every single month, I mean, that is just free money for you. So if you're wondering how I personally like to set it up, if you go down here, we have it specifically selected for our Dermalift product. And as we're scrolling on down, I make sure that we do skip the cart page unless you have upsells on said cart page, which usually you're going to do with an app like Monster Cart Upsell, Upcart is another great app for that. But in this video, we're not going to cover that yet in the offers potentially. And as we go to subscriptions, we're going to have this immediately turned on. And I typically like to do a discount of 15% or 20%. No more, no less. That really does incentivize people to choose it. So we have subscribe and save as one of the options. And then typically for the style, I have it like this where it's above so people can choose what they like. And then typically you need another app like Seal subscriptions. Kaching has their own subscriptions app, which will automatically be fulfilling these on the back end for you. Yeah. And then if we're wondering. And then again, if you're wondering about how we have these custom images here, because as you can see, we have the buy one and the buy two. I personally do create this inside of Canva. So as you can see, all you have to do is just remove the background of your product. And then as you do that, you just duplicate it. And then that way you can add these custom images into your kaching. So if we go back, which tab was kaching? I apologize. I might have to do that part one more time. You see me with my like talking education tone. It's like so much different. I don't know why. Anyways, let's get back into it. So going to the settings here. Now, if you're wondering how we get these custom images, this is a part where you can click on edit image and then upload whatever image you have to visually show people what they're getting. And I highly recommend doing that. That will improve your conversion rate. So the way to do that, I just personally go inside of Canva. You click on the remove background tool of a picture of your product, duplicate it, have them side by side, white background. That's really all you need to do. And it's super easy to bump up your conversion. Yeah. Beautiful conversion. I probably should say conversion rate instead of conversion, but whatever. That's me being a perfectionist. So that's that. What other app did we not cover yet? Oh, LAI. We do need LAI. Fuck me. How did I forget about LAI? Am I still sharing my screen? Thank God. That's going to be like such a recurring like nightmare for me. Am I sharing my screen? Fuck. How are we doing on YouTube, by the way? You guys live?
Who's going to carry the dogs? David Goggins, more like Ethan Dobbins.
You know, that's crazy how well that rhymes. That actually plays really well.
David Goggins? Nah, I have Ethan Dobbins.
Ethan Dobbins bought my course? Fuck, I might have. I bought a lot of courses. I'm not going to lie to you. I need to take a shower so bad. I have like swamp ass. Like I said, we'll do a quick Q&A after this, guys. It's probably going to take me like 5 to 10 more minutes to finish this video. Please tell me I'm recording. Thank God. I'm like so paranoid now. Holy fuck. My God. We'll do that later. Whatever. Yes. Relax, LAI. My God. Okay, so we had to do moon bundles. Do I have a tab with the Vlory still open? Fuck, I don't. I apologize for all my cursing. I'm kind of all over the place. Cool. Okay. How are we doing live stream? Am I streaming tomorrow? I'm streaming every day. We will stream every day. Am I streaming PTSD? I know, Adam. Don't say anything. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, next app, Moon Bundles. Now another offer app that we're going to get into is another offer app where we can really set up a great value stack where you have your product plus some free gifts as well. It has to be with Moon Bundles. It is super easy. And again, we'll get more into the details in the offer video, but just to show you what is possible, as you can see right here, we have this showing up for all products, which is not what you want to do. You want it for a specific product, but just so it shows up and looks nice and pretty. As you can see, we have our product here, which is the Derma Neck Cream, and then we have our gifts underneath. So you can choose what products are gifts and are automatically going to be free. So in this case, we have a Derma Roller. We have a 1-year warranty. So usually these free gifts are going to be products that people also buy. So if you go on Amazon, you can look that up and just see what are people also buying with that product. You can just look for accessory products that help accelerate the results that people want with said product. So if it's losing weight, then obviously be smart. You can ask ChatGPT. And there's so many different ways. And 1-year warranty is another thing. Fast shipping, free shipping, little things that will really sweeten up the deal. Okay, cool. I'm just like going through this a million miles an hour. And then exclusive sale part. Where do we have that? And if you're wondering how to get this title, we have it down here, exclusive sale, and then 4 free gifts included. That's typically how I like to structure the headline. So really easy. And of course, when we actually start testing a few of these products and setting up our offer, we will come up with something like this. Beautiful. Was there an app we're missing, guys? Am I tripping? LAI was one of them. Yeah. I don't know if you said it, but I'm sure you were thinking it. Yeah, that's all of them. And then the final app is LAI. And then the final app is LAI Reviews, which essentially allows you to import reviews directly from Amazon for your product onto your product page. And you can also edit them. You can play around. So just to show you an example of what it would look like, we'll do a cut. Actually, let's just fucking show this version because that'll make way more sense. And then the final app I love is LAI Reviews because you can directly import reviews from Amazon onto your product page. You can also play around with them a little bit, make sure they're saying the right benefits, that you have the fast shipping in there, so you can really sell people with your amazing testimonials. So as you can see right here, this is actually a widget, so you would add this into your bookmarks as you have right here. Then when you're on an Amazon page, it will directly give you that option to import. So just to show you what it actually looks like, you have these reviews that we can edit, put in whatever we want. We can play around with the images, play around with the dates to make sure they're also recent as well. And this is by far the best customer review app you're going to have. Love it. My one worry with how we're filming this is because it's so quick. I wonder if we can be a little bit more detailed with any of these apps. Like that one, we could have just shown Amazon, like actually showing how to import it. Let's see, do we have like an example Amazon page? Beautiful. So just to show you, we're on this Amazon page for the Go Pure, and then we can click on our LAI Review Importer, if it would freaking load. Oh yeah, we have to go to the reviews page, my bad, my mistake. Silly me. So right here, we're in the review section of this Amazon product right here. So we're going to click on LAI Review Importer, and then it'll let you choose what product is it going to show up for. So choose the product where it pertains to that one, and then you click on Start, you import reviews, you're good to go. Cool. Have that part in that as well. And then when it comes to the supplier apps, all you really need to do is create an account. And then typically when you log in, like with CJ, it automatically will authorize you. So that way, when you're getting products sourced on these different tools, all you have to do is just grab the link. Typically, each one has their own process of importing, but then you'll be good to go with using those. So for instance, let's just show an example product. Let's see, like a rock. That actually makes a little bit more sense. We could just like show that instead. So eProlo, CJ, Desert, they're all like the same exact fucking process. So we'll just talk about that. Now, when it comes to the supplier apps like Desert, CJ, and eProlo, you do need to create your own account. So I'd recommend clicking on them, create that account, and typically that will authorize you to import products from those tools onto your Shopify store. But just to show you real quick with CJ how that process would work. So let's just click on an example product here. And then typically what you want to do is there's going to be a list option. So let's click on that. And then we'll give it a second to load. And then typically you need to select your images, the variant pricing. Then we're just going to update the price. Obviously, that's something that you can customize inside of Shopify. We'll click list it now, and then it's automatically going to add your product to Shopify. So basically, it's the same process with Deserts, with eProlo, with all of these tools. So just make sure you have them. Oh, I also need Zendrop. I do use Zendrop. Fudge. We'll do a quick little blurb about Zendrop. Actually, let's just do that. Let's just do that part one more fucking time. I apologize. We do need to do it one more time. Just in general, because we do need Zendrop in there. Because I do like Zendrop. I do fuck with Zendrop. And then we'll do the Q&A part. I appreciate all of you guys. I really do. Okay. Let's just do that one more silly dilly billy time. We could probably just import from Zendrop, just for the sake of it. Oh, all right. Let me create a quick account. Gee willikers. Who knew dropshipping was so hard? I have to create all these different accounts. I'd rather just goon in my bed. I'd rather just goon and watch a Tarantino movie. I'd rather just goon and think sad thoughts about why my ex left me. I'd rather just goon and doom scroll on TikTok. Okay, bruh, I know I already have an account, so why don't you give me the option to not have to sign up and then just log in? I know I'm not showing my screen, by the way, guys, if you are, like, warning me. Let me just check the chat real quick. What's up, Ethan? Best integration app for private suppliers. I mean, typically each private supplier has their own option. Usually you just have to add them as a staff to your store. You just add their email and then they have access to everything. So that's typically what I do. Like Commercive does that. I'm going to say a lot of private suppliers do it that way. Paul said there's no screenshot. I know. I called it. I said it. I knew it. Okay, Zendrop. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Give me the option to log in regularly, or I'll murder your entire family. Mickey Mouse. Welcome to Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse. I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm losing my fucking mind. Dropshipping is going to make me insane. Dropshipping and streaming. Email's already been taken. No shit, it's been taken. Why don't you give me access to log in then? I'm going to lose my shit. All right, whatever. We're just going to film that part again. Okay, let me share my screen. Zendrop's just being annoying. Zendrop is making me drop my marbles. As Benson from Regular Show would say. Is making my... It's not marbles. Gumballs. Gumballs. Silly me. God, I don't even know my references. So now the final thing when it comes to your supplier apps, like the Zendrops, the CJ Deserts, all of these, you just typically need to create an account. So go ahead, click it, make it, and then it will authorize you to import directly from their platform onto Shopify directly. So just to show you what that process would look like, it's pretty much the same on all of them, by the way, is let's say we have this as our product that we want to import. So we're going to do this directly from CJ. We'll click on list, and with CJ specifically, you have to choose what are the variants you want to move over, and then what is the price you're going to be selling it for. So in this case, we'll do $29.99 as our price. We're going to choose the images that we want. Description doesn't really matter. Products don't really matter. Make sure you have a product type. Otherwise, it won't let you import. Make sure it's the right store as well. Click list it now, and then this will show up in Shopify so that you can edit it there. So my homework for you guys today is make sure you download all these apps, play around, just get them installed. With the offer apps, we will really be playing around with them later, but just get all of these. I know it can be a little bit expensive, but it's definitely worth it in the long run when you are starting to scale, because they all work in tandem together and they will make sure your store is converting at the 3 to 5 to even 10% when you're really dialed in. Beautiful. Do we need anything else? Were we showing the screen? Lovely. For the guy editing this video, I would just take the square and just like overlay it on top of like me here. I think that's probably the best way to do it. That is a tough thing too, because it's like I have this screen record, but it has me on it. I'm just going to just film that last part of like me looking at the camera. Oh, this is tough. This is tough, like film and like stream at the same time. I apologize because like there's two cameras. I have to like figure out like which one to look at. I think I probably should be looking at that camera now that I think about it. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. All right, guys. So we got to refilm this video a third time. Sorry, guys. We got to do it one more time because I was looking at the wrong camera the entire time. That's my mistake. So don't fuck with you guys. But all right, let me just film the outro part. So that's really all the apps you need to know. So that's really all the apps you need to know. So just make sure as your homework assignment, download all of these, play around, just get them initially set up. And with those offer apps and with the email stuff, we will cover that in a future video. So just get those. And when you do have them all installed, working together in tandem, it is a beautiful thing. It is a symphony where you have your website converting at 3%, 5%, sometimes even 10% when you really have your message and ads dialed along with your website as well. Okay, beautiful. All right, we're gonna call that a day. We're just gonna call that a day on the stream. So Q&A, general Q&A. Do we got anything? Does anyone have any pressing needs, questions, concerns? I think it's because, like, here's the thing. When I film normally, I am looking at the camera on the side. That's the only camera. So, like, it's like, oh, I have to remember. I also have a webcam going on, too. Puffy. Second live stream. What do you expect? It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. Anyways, let me check the chat-a-rooney dooney. How do you decide whether a market is too saturated? It's just typically a feeling where if I see a product being scaled by multiple people on the same tool, a lot of times, like when I'm on PP ads and I see the same listing, or I'm on Cal Data and I see the same listing over and over and over again, that's like, okay, I'm typically going to avoid that and just look for products where there's only one main person really scaling it that I can find initially. So that's kind of my very gut feel way of approaching it. But I very rarely ever am going to just back out of a product because of saturation. It's really got to be a product that I've seen so many times and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not even going to bother. Okay, I'm just starting out. How should I find niches and products the correct way so I can improve and be skilled? Well, you should have been on the live stream yesterday because we did exactly that. And I showed you the exact methods and I showed you my criteria. But the niches I love the most, beauty, health, fitness, are all solid. I just love problem-solving products typically where you can market them with emotion. You can sell them for high ticket, high perceived value. So those are the types of products that I like to sell. Obviously, there's other products that are great like home decor. So those are the kind of like the main ones I'd be looking at. Thoughts on AI product photos? I love AI product photos if you have the right prompts to generate it for the different styles of product images that you need. So for your review style image, for your hero image, for your feature call out images, for your how it works, no problem. If you have the right prompts and you can make it work, then that's all that matters. Significant differences between Shrine and Shrine Pro. The main thing is on my end that you can have the add to cart button on the product pages and it actually does add to cart. I don't believe that's an option with the regular Shrine. So that is probably the main reason why I do pay the extra like $100, $200. Can I drop ship Chinese butt hairs? You know, I've never tried, but I mean, essentially the same thing as just drop shipping wigs. So could come from butt hair. You never know. Could come from horse hair. A lot of times it's horse hair. How long did it take you to scale your first brand when you first began e-commerce? It was about a year and change, a year and 2 to a year and 3 months in. About 15 months. Before I had my real first winter that was scaling to $1,000 to $2,000 a day. Okay, I'm just starting out. How should I find niches? Okay, you already said that question. Do you ever cold DM niche influencers? Very rarely. I mean, whenever I need custom content, I just use either Fiverr is really solid because you're going to get affordable people on there. Incense is my main platform, though. I love Incense. It is a little expensive. It's like $500 a month. But you can do seeding campaigns where you just basically do a campaign, you send products for free, vet people that way, and you get so much content. So I love it for that reason. Zorgi, rewatch the stream, answers your question. What was one thing you did in this space other than work 10 plus hours a day that elevated you past your peers? Just really having an obsession with marketing, direct response copy. I mean, because there's people that have been doing this for longer that don't understand half of what I know because they don't push themselves. They don't challenge themselves to try to sell more complicated products that have more scaling potential, these health products, the supplements. They don't know how to market to people, really. They just know, okay, I can choose a fancy looking product, which will be a nice little seasonal play. It'll be a nice little quick cash grab, but they can't really build a brand because they don't know how to market. So I think what really helped me elevate was I just really focus a lot of my time on high leverage tasks, which the biggest thing is your copywriting. It's your scripting. It's your descriptions. Those things, really studying my avatar. That's what helped me elevate the most. Is Zora AI good for ads? I personally don't recommend it. I don't really use Zora at all. We dropped hella questions so far. No worries. Ethan, how old are you, by the way? I am 24 and change. 24 years young. I slightly extend and then shorten my body and replace a word here and there. Is that enough to go against Facebook audience overlap? Usually for ads, I will change the hook and also the body. So if you change both the hook and the body, like changing a line or two, like having another line, having another benefit, having another problem, or getting rid of a benefit or problem, or just changing the way you word it a little bit, yes, that should do enough. Do you write your own ad scripts? Yes, I do. If so, what's some recommendations to get better / faster? The way you get better is through practice and really having outlines. So with each framework, having an outline of how you can split test, how you can differentiate each one from each other. having different outlines and ways that you write your hooks so each one can stand out and have its own feel to it, because hooks is such a big part as well. And then just studying what are the best brands doing on Atria. I use Atria all the time to study the ads, the formats. What are people doing? How are they saying the benefits? How are they saying it in a natural way? Because copywriting is really just saying words in the exact same way your customers would say that. And a lot of times to do that, you need to study ads from successful brands that are winners. So Calidata is another great place where you can study winning ads, see how people format and outline and structure those ads. And again, like inside my my one-on-one program, I'll just show you guys real quick. So we have like a whole shebang-a-rang-a-dang of all these things. And this is what really helps speed it up for me. I have all these frameworks, all these plug and plays. So like if I want to make a problem solution ad, I know this is the different ways I can structure it. I have examples. And then of course, I will upload these into Claude. I will upload all the information about my market into Claude as well. And it will also spit out a pretty decent ad script for me. And then I will mold it. I will add the other information that I've learned from my own manual research, from my own conclusions of what I saw in the reviews from Amazon, from Reddit, all these different places. And from that, I will write the lines, the benefits I think are the most relatable, that are really in a human way. Because Claude and a lot of these copywriting tools, they will get you the outline, they'll get you the idea, but it's up to you to really mold that idea and make it perfect. Or have it at the quality level you need to make a product a winner. Like it'll tell you this is the benefit you need to be saying, but the specific words to describe it, that's really going to come from a lot of times the audience research and like studying winning ads from other people to understand how they talk. Yeah. Let's see what else we had. Ad scaling indicators. Usually if an ad has three purchases or more and is below my break-even CPA, that's a good sign. I want to save time on my website. I just copy almost everything. Is that good? No, that's terrible. That's as bare minimum as possible. No, do not do that. Actually make your own description based on your audience research. Actually come up with your own unique offer. Have sections that you believe will elevate the conversion rate, because you know your customer needs to see certain things like a before and after section, or magazine logos, or maybe having another section in your description where you can describe the use cases of your product, or here are the ingredients. So you should always be looking to elevate. You should never try to copy someone one-to-one. That's the stupidest thing ever. I research. I don't found a product yet. What should I do? Keep researching. I don't know what you want to tell me there. Smallest meta ads budget you've ever ran successfully. I would say like 75 a day. Keep in mind, I test with ABO 4 different angles. So like the lowest I'd ever go typically is $20 a day on each one. So 20 times 4 is 80. So I usually do 80. I'm Triple Thumbs from Discord. Told you 3 months back I'd make bread with organic first, and I did finish the year with 100K revenue thanks to your angle. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That is amazing. Good for you, Andre. Does the $100 low tier coaching still stand? I don't know what you mean in terms of coaching, but we do have a school community that's $70 a month, and you get access to a lot of great resources in there, and a whole new course that I filmed, which does teach a lot of the principles. So always a good option. But if you've already did 100K, bro, I would just recommend joining the one-on-one program, because that's really going to be what helps you scale from 100K to 500K. Like, we have so many students. Camden, he's 15 years old, making 15 grand a day. Wayra is doing over 300 grand a month at 18 years old. We have Tim, my guy, I think he did 50 grand a day during Black Friday. Like, if you really want to get to that next level, that's more a one-on-one program thing. You need direct feedback, not a course at that level. Hey, Tormund, can you say that comment one more time? I just can't read it. The I research one. Can we do that one more time? I don't know why my brain just can't put it together. Think outside the box. So do you think ripping ads to see if the product is worth scaling to make your own? I would never rip ads. Never. Because those ads are already saturated. It's like testing a product that's already been scaled by someone else. It's the same thing with ads. Like, those ads have already been scaled by somebody else. They've already been seen. So you're going to be hitting the same audience again, which those ads are most likely already fatigued. So no, that's not going to work. It's just not going to happen. Or it'll work for like a little bit, but it's not a long-term solution. Make your own ads. Actually challenge yourself. Develop your skills. That is the long-term play. You guys want the quick fucking money route? That's not going to be the thing that actually changes your life. You said it was bad to call your call to action in some cases for video ads. Can you explain why? I have no problem with having a call to action. I usually just do soft call to actions, though. I don't really do like a hard So what I usually say is if you mention the sale, that's a bad thing because Facebook doesn't like when you mention sales with urgency because a lot of times it's fake, it's not real. So Facebook will deny those ads. So I usually recommend soft call to actions. So saying that, hey, I'll link this down below if you want to try it out. If you're interested, blah, 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 like give this a try. It's usually soft things. I don't mention the offer because that makes the ads more evergreen. Because if you do have an offer in your ad and then you change your offer, then that ad doesn't work anymore. So it's just have soft call to actions. What can you recommend when you write copy? Know your audience inside and out and do the manual research. That's the biggest piece of advice I could give you. That's going to give you the best copy because all good copy is really just regurgitating what you've already seen from your research. Really understanding what do people want. Don't make any assumptions about what your customers want. Don't copy from your competitors because a lot of times they fucking half-assed it and don't know what their customers want. Just go directly to the source, gather the information, put it together, and then that's what you're going to base most of your copy on. That's how you write good copy. Instead of targeting the top 4, how about we target less popular countries in Europe? That's also an option. I just make sure that they're somewhat affluent, that they have good disposable income. I'm going to get that. See you soon. Can't wait to level up. Awesome, man. Can't wait to work with you. 10K a day is such rookie numbers when I think about it. Yeah, no, it definitely is. It is a start, though, for a lot of people. If Story A is not good for footage, then what is the alternative? Just find clips from TikTok, YouTube, Calo data from your competitors' scripts. That's all you really need. Taking notes of all these responses. Thanks, Dobby. You're a goat. I appreciate it, bro. How long do you usually do market research for? We will do that in this challenge, so you will see. It will take some time. Like usually market research is the longest part of the process for me. It's going to be a whole stream for me, probably 2 to 3 hours. It takes time. But that's the part that you have to spend time with. Can you guys spam what can you recommend when you write copy like 5 to 20 more times? Otherwise, I'm just not going to figure it out. I just don't know what that question means. What do you spend on IG, TikTok, Google, like 75% IG, blah, 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 blah. It's primarily all Facebook ads. It's like 95% that. I don't really do much TikTok or Meta. Or sorry, TikTok or Google. It's mainly all Meta. Google would be the other thing though. All right. How do you start off an ad? Do you let Meta target initially? Yeah, I mean, Meta, your creative is what does the targeting. So I do broad targeting. I don't do any interests. I do automatic placements. I throw my ad in there, and then I just let Meta do the rest. Can you just say when you use AI? I use it in a lot of different places, and you'll see in this live stream when I do it. Just got an order while you're on stream. Thank God. Love that. All right, guys, I think that'll be it for today. I appreciate all of you. I need to save my voice because, again, we're going to be doing these live streams every single fucking day until we got a store that's printing and making good money. So today, just to recap, what did we do? We covered some good mindset stuff. We did build the beginning of our store, the apps, the menus, the pages. We got the foundation ready to go so we actually can sell, which is awesome. That is badass. So we got some products in the first live stream. We now got our store initially set up. Day 3, don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be a banger. We got some great topics. So I hope to see you all in that, and we'll go from there. Appreciate it.